Hello, everybody. We're here. Damn, we're kind of on time-ish. Ish.
Yeah,
What's going on,
not too
everyone?
bad. Though.
Yeah, not bad at all. 8 people watching already, That'll grow to about 28 when we close up at around 10, they'll all come in.
Right. Yeah, when we're saying goodnight, yeah, it'll jump. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. So we're here. Thanks, guys, for coming down, listen to us. We have an interesting thing. I was thinking about doing this, sort of picking it apart, the Forest Oracle, because as you saw in my picture, I bought this thing with my paper money. Me and my brother, we saved up our money. We rode down our bikes to the local shit mall, the little strip mall that had a Walden Books in it. We picked it up and we said, "Oh, this looks good." We got druids, we got blight on the land, we got low level, and we're new to D&D. We're gonna figure this thing out, and so we said, let's do this shit, man. Let's get this thing. So we decided we're gonna go get this module. We took it home, and it was the worst module ever in history of mankind. And Tim, you found some stuff on it, didn't you?
I did a little bit of research on what I could. No. Well, here I thought I had the damn module, but I don't.
Yeah.
I swore I did, but whatever. Somehow the birdie flew in the module into my. It must be the same bird, Joe.
Yeah, I still think Rob swiped it on you, man. I'm telling you. He's like, "Ooh,
so?
That's unguarded. That's unguarded there. I could take this."
The worst module ever. I'll take this one.
Yeah, really. It's a cursed module, It's like that's how it is. You picked it up, you can't get rid of it,
Right.
Somebody's got to take it from you.
Right. To get rid of it. Yeah.
God. So I was like, let me do a show, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll just do a live thing with Tim because this will be fun. Because we were thinking about actually getting into doing a little series about adventure design and principles and what makes best practices and things like that, because we were actually sitting down a couple of weeks ago going over a Saturday morning, a couple hours, going over our module that we sort of created live on there. And I am really interested because I've never done anything like that before. I don't publish anything, so and Tim does. So I'm like, this is stuff I've never thought about. So let's give it a shot. Maybe do a series on it here. Yeah, Tim, you are looking smooth. I said to Tim, I don't think I've ever seen him without a hat on. He comes out of the shower when he stayed in my house. He got a fucking hat on. I don't know.
If I remember right. So,
it was September.
Yeah. Well, that was back when I was like, I think a little less weighty too.
Yeah.
I didn't have much insulation, so I got cold quicker.
That's true. Well, he went into the bathroom, shut the door, hat on, comes out, hat on. I'm like, what? I know, I offered him shampoo, but as you can see,
pants on the way in and pants on the way out. You didn't.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's not judge.
Monday was good, Mike. Thank you very much, buddy. It was a good time. I won't disclose what happened, but it was a very, very cool thing for me and my family, especially my father, because that gives away details and like and all that. But it was a really good time. So thanks. Sorry we weren't here last week, guys, but it was a fun thing. Really
definitely worth it, though.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
No,
Yeah, Tim, you did a little bit of research on this in terms of the author and what he did and all that sort of thing, right? You want to get into the reputation of this thing?
Well, do you want to do our cool thing of the week?
Oh, yeah. Let's do the cool shit. Let's do the cool shit. My cool shit of the week, actually, this weekend, I sat down and I put out this is going to sound like, a little less manly, but I got my initiation into spring. We get into summer. I do the deck up. I put flowers out there. I get it all nice and set up and everything. And I did that all today.
That's cool though.
I like that. That's
all. Yeah, because you sit out there and I get Instagram pictures of the tree and the sun over by this tree and the sun over by this tree, and I can tell where they're all. Oh, Joe's sitting in the left chair. Joe's sitting in the right chair.
Yep. No, it's fun. It's to me because we're getting into nice weather now, and I like you out there at nighttime and under the stars and puff a little, drink a little, just chill, right? So that's nice. Yeah. So I got that. I got my whole space set up. So that's my cool thing of the week. How about you?
You know what? I really don't have much cool things of the week.
Okay.
I guess I can show you what I got recently. I don't know if it's cool yet or not. So
all right.
The coolness is yet to be earned or determined yet. So let me reach down here.
You got something new, huh? You got something new.
Yeah. So I backed this Kickstarter, The Rats of.
All right. Let's see.
Ogle. Yeah. So these are Shadow Dark adventures. So there's about 10 in here.
Damn.
All right. I mean, this is just such a minor pet peeve, but it bugs me nonetheless. They're full sized.
See, that's
that. Yeah, they're not. All everything else. Shadow Dark is nothing. So it's sort of like but mine.
Is that still in shrink wrap? You haven't opened that thing yet, man? You try to
sell
it as a collectible thing someday?
When do I sell my shit?
I don't know. You lose it, you don't sell it.
I don't want.
Yeah.
No, but then I got the other two. So there's 3 hardback books. Each of them have a bunch of Shadow Dark adventures in it.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're varying degrees, definitely. The more and more I get from Lightning Source, though, I'm not. They seem. I'm not. Yeah, it's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
To put it lightly, but
yeah.
The adventures themselves, like you said, the few that I read, there's some of them are pretty decent, and the other stuff is probably not my favorite. But I really don't like their layout and how they do. Shadow Dark has a particular what do you call it?
Aesthetic. Yeah,
aesthetic to it. And while I think they're trying to mimic it, it's like Shadow Dark. We're going to see this in this adventure tonight, I think, where Shadow Dark has this thing where it describes like a room, and it'll bold some of the interesting spots, and then it'll have like a bullet point of that thing to give it more detail.
Yeah.
Well, in this, they bold stuff, but then they don't bullet point it, but then they'll talk about other things that weren't even mentioned in the description.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what am I missing? It was confusing how they did it, but I'm thinking, well, they did it consistent enough. I'm trying to see their method to their madness, but I haven't found it yet.
I'm starting to read things with a different eye now, for that purpose. Like, what's the method
absolutely
of the madness, So
I took this English class a long time ago when I was in college, and the English teacher warned us before you take this class. She goes, I want you to warn you, if you really enjoy books, don't take this class.
All right.
Because you'll start looking at everything with a critical eye. You're gonna get to see what you're gonna see. The wizard, the guy behind the curtain. You're going to see the wizard for who he is. And she was not wrong.
Yeah. I've never had that eye before. I've never thought about it before.
Right.
I do it for editing, but I don't do it for like writing modules or
even
books.
The editing part. I mean, you're still kind of doing it on the surface part. Like now, when you start writing it and looking at that stuff, you're gonna edit better.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because it's my own thing. Like my nephew sent me a paper that he wrote, and only 5 pages. And Tim, that was like, oh my God, a 5-page paper. I'm like, geez, I used to shit those out all day, every day. You know what I mean? The kids, they don't have any sort of like, but I'm like, and as I'm reading it, I'm like, edit this, change that. I'm texting him the errors I find. I'm not picking on you, dude. I'm just, I mean, this is just my brain goes, and he got a better grade for it. You got something in the mail. I got Gary's appendix in the mail. Number 5 came out.
Jeremy Jones's latest offering with everybody. Yeah, that's cool. Now it's funny because
Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones. I was I think it was his first guest on his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And he hadn't published anything at the time. This was back when I was still the RPG zine
You were
guy there. Well, I just ran the Facebook group, and he hadn't published anything, and he was all worried about this or this or that, and then now he's just a machine. Him and his crew, they're pumping out a lot of great I don't have everything because God, stuff costs so much these days that I gotta watch my gaming budget, kind of thing.
I just got
because I could easily. Yeah, I mean they're very good.
Yeah. Gary's real appendix. That's probably a collector's item, right? You loot Gary's corpse, get his appendix. But here's the fucked up thing. Here's how I fucked up. I get the mail and I'm like, what is this package? It's thick. I don't know what it is. I open it up and it's 5 of his zines, right? 1 through 5.
Oh, so you got them all at one time.
I must have ordered it by accident because I'm like, what, huh? because I go and look at my little zine thing, my collection of all my zines, and I found 1 through 4 in there. So now I'm pissed off because I got 1 through 4, 2 copies of all of them, but I only have one number 5. You know, my OCD is triggered by this, that I don't have 2 of everything now. But now for all time, I'm going to have to buy 2 of everything to have a double collection. It's so fucking annoying to me. You know? God, it's so annoying.
I'll buy the other 1 through 4 off of you.
Yeah, I'll give them to you, dude, when you come up, man. Just to get it would just alleviate my goddamn OCD stress. You know? So yeah, so annoyed. So fucking annoyed. But hey,
or you can do what I do and do the giveaway of some of the doubles you have.
That's true too. Cuthbert.
Oh, and besides the way, we're gonna do a giveaway tonight.
Oh yeah? What you got?
I got for tonight, I actually bought 2 of these by accident.
What'd you senility.
I know. This was a while ago. This was even recently. This is back. Okay, so this is from BRW Games, Joseph Block.
Yeah.
And it's The Adventures Great and Glorious. So this is
the
book that he put out for high level
adventure, I got that.
or high level gameplay, long-term campaigns, and mass combat. So I'm giving away a copy of this tonight, guys.
Nice.
Right? Because of this.
Yep.
So I got 2. Yeah, so one of you guys are going to benefit from my fuck up again.
Yep.
So we'll do this later on tonight.
Welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. My senility is a gift for you.
Speaking of gifts, I opened this module and I found some stuff that I had not seen in forever.
The
Forest Oracle. Yeah, you like these little artifacts, Tim. Let me.
I love the artifacts.
Let me try to. Let me see here. Start cam. Let me get rid of the background. Hold up. Virtual background, none. Oh, you see my dirty desk now? Desk, not the other. All right. Yeah. So I'll open this up, and I find a character sheet, man.
I was going to say, usually it's a character sheet.
Yeah. I found Sun Tzu because now we must have gotten Oriental Adventures, right? Because he's a Kensai, lawful neutral, right? Gotcha. And I wrote a note, made in 1986. I must have found it at some point and wrote that because I don't know.
Right. I think that's when it just came out, too. I think that's when Oriental Adventures did come out.
Yeah. So we picked, it's like actually read my handwriting back then. I can't read any of this shit now, you know? But this is Sun Tzu, Oriental Adventures. I was into reading The Art of War. Or Sun,
of course.
So you got Sun Tzu here, So At one point, I made up Sun Lee as well. I was going to say Bruce Lee and Sun Tzu combo.
I probably made Sonny Bono. I don't know.
Sonny Bono, yeah. And then I wish I can't find. I have no idea where these fucking things came from. But if they were in a 1986 module, I mean, I didn't have a computer.
Yeah, I'm going to make your.
Okay, yeah, please make it bigger. Yeah. I didn't have a computer, a word processor. Some motherfucker typed this, I think. You know what I mean? 1986, we didn't have the capability to do this. I don't know where this came from.
It's strange because I've seen that before.
Really?
That same exact layout. Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. And and 2 of them, right? So I found these 2. And I think this is my brother's handwriting at the bottom. So he must have had this guy. Glavius, right. and then I guess somebody transcribed it over onto this character sheet, right? Sacrificing hex paper for a character sheet. We used that stuff on notebook paper.
That's great paper, man.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. And I think on one of them, somebody drew a fucking scimitar. I don't know who, but it wasn't me. That's my brother because he's a better artist than and it was his character.
Right, yours would be yours if you would put terrible. 2 balls on that.
Utter shit. Yeah, utter shit. So I thought you might get a kick out of that. I always like these little artifacts that you find.
Yeah, I love artifacts. Yeah, but like if you had a random table of artifacts and you had a 2d6, 6, 7, and 8 would be a character sheet. That's the most found artifact.
Always in the modules.
Yeah.
Yep. So
all right,
just interesting.
Let's see about this forest article.
All right. So let's see the Forest Oracle. What should we do here? I'm going to go with Ben.
What we have to do? I was talking to this Joe. You're going Ben smoking the doobie.
Yep.
This is not the hash you're looking for.
Yeah.
What the what was I saying? I can't even remember.
How to scope what how we're gonna approach
it.
it.
Yeah, like the context of how we're writing that and everything. So, so what we're going to do is go through it, and I guess we still haven't decided that. Are we going to do it as a whole, or are we going to do it as an art each encounter? Or
I figured I'll read the book in order because it's a fucking railroad. It is a complete and utter railroad, and you move along the map. You know what I mean? Right. And so one encounter to the next encounter to the next encounter without any deviation. And so I sat down for a few hours today, and I just like wrote notes in the module itself. First thing I needed was something I didn't need back then was fucking glasses. So let me the glasses on to read this damn thing, right? So
yeah, you and me both.
So I took the notes, and what I could do is I will present the screen. First of all, a little quick note: Carl Smith is the game designer.
Carl Smith is the
author.
Designer.
Yep. So he worked at TSR, according to Wikipedia. When Tracy Hickman got Harold Johnson, then Jeff Grubb, Smith and Larry Elmore in on the idea of Dragonlance. Before
the team, they got a solid team there. I mean, they got,
he's the weak link though.
Apparently. Yeah, well, so is the editor.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was he was an editor at TSR. How can an editor write such shit?
I don't know. Well, I mean, editors don't mean that you're a good writer.
Yeah, I guess not.
But I'm surprised he didn't. He, didn't take his editor eye and look at it too.
Yeah.
Just from my overall first perspective of it.
That's his bona fides.
Yeah, because him when there was a big Exodius from TSR, he and a bunch of people started Pace Setter Games back in the day.
Did you say Exodius? Are you smoking the stuff Ben is smoking there? Exodius?
Yeah, they left. I don't know.
Exodus.
There was a bunch of them.
Exodus, not Exodius.
Exodius. I like Exodius. Sounds like a demon, doesn't it?
I know it does. I kind of like that. I'm gonna use that as a monster.
So Exodus out of the place. They're gone. Goo. So, but he still kind of did it. But the thing is, he still seemed to produce a couple things here and there for.
He did a lot of Dragonlance shit. And here's the kind
because that was the whole Laura.
Yeah.
Tracy, what was it? I can't remember which came
Margaret
on first,
Weiss,
and then they. Yeah, I think
Hickman.
She came in. Tracy was in on it from the beginning with him, and then they got Margaret Weiss later on to join in. So, yeah, we'll talk about railroads. We won't get into the dragon.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're forcing to basically reenact the book through adventure watches, you don't have a choice.
Yeah. I stopped clicking the buy button now. It's funny. Here's the funny thing. I'm looking at his list of shit he's done, and I recognize some of the Dragonlance stuff, blah, blah, blah. But on one of them, he's credited with the songs. He wrote fucking songs in a module.
Yeah, there was songs.
God, they were terrible though. They were terrible.
I know, but that's what was in there. I think they were trying to like reminisce of the old Tolkien bullshit.
They went the Tolkien vibe and stuff,
Right.
Jesus Christ. So let's get into the module. I got the thing pulled up here. All right, and I figured I'll show you the pages. What I did was I actually took a pencil.
Cuthbert, we are doing the Forest article that was published in I think 84-ish,
6, something like that.
It was at 86.
I gotta look. 84.
I see 84. Yeah.
84. Yeah. Yep. 1984 was published. So yeah. Here, let me share this with y'all. And I did was
you share your screen and.
Yep.
Why don't you let's just make that
the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah,
Can you make that the whole thing?
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that works. That works. All right. So, geez, I'm trying to scroll on my left side. Yeah. So this is good. So this is a good size, I think. Too much and you lose perspective. So what I did was I went through
today's
Yes. I just took a pencil and just started jotting down notes all throughout the module. So as I'm gonna go page by page in this thing, we will just basically my thoughts, like, what the fuck, what, stuff like that, right? So I figured we could go page by page and see what's going on. So
first initial thing though.
Yes.
What do you think of the cover?
It sucks. I mean, because the goblins.
You hate the cover?
They were the least thing in the entire module.
I know that. I know they weren't even. But how do you? But did the cover get you to buy it when you were stupid and young?
I don't remember that. What we used to always do is read the back, right? So if you
Right.
go to the back and you say, the land lies under a curse, blah, 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 animals are flee, find the druid, save the valley, yada, yada, yada. You know,
So
levels
what did
2
it
to
work?
4.
So what out of that?
Mm-hmm.
What made you buy it? Because that's part of writing an adventure. How did
Yeah.
they get a dumb kid with too much lawn money and mowing money apparently
Paper route money, literally paper route money. Me and my brother.
Get you to buy this because that's part of it.
That what it really came down to when we were going to Walden Books was we pooled paper route money down, and we stood in the corner or sat down usually because we're there for a couple hours, and we tried to like stealthily slit the plastic cover off the top when the person wasn't looking, and then we would read a little bit of the module, right, and try to get a feel for what was good. And what it really probably came down to, dude, was that this was the best one there. Out of the, because it was a shitty module in a shitty town, and that's all we had was one Walden Books we're ever going to go to. So that's what it is. So we got a few things here, and so this is probably the best of the shittiest. And it came down to what was our level of our characters, and so limiting by that, we're low level guys. We need a low level module, and we have this, that, and the other thing. Therefore, let's do the,
So basically, you got it because there was lack of options.
Yeah, lack of options.
So you were railroaded.
Railroad buying a railroad. Speaking of, there's the railroad, boys and girls. You start here, you move along, you come back the other way. So, all right, and so let's so we got a little bit more in the preface of what's going on, blah blah blah, and table of contents, yada yada. Right. So the first thing. All right, you get into the notes to the DM and all that, and it was all right. I mean, there was nothing bad there. It actually explains, I thought it was interesting right here. What is a dex check, right? You roll a d20 and you roll less than your dex on the d20. All right, so that's cool. So you probably didn't have that.
I think this is the first adventure module that mentioned that I remember.
Maybe. And he uses it all throughout the whole goddamn thing, too.
I know he does. Yep, I know.
Nonstop.
For everything.
Yeah. Yep, and so we got wandering encounters, and they kind of made sense. There was nothing that didn't make sense. There was there was no fish in the woods, stuff like that. There was a variety of hit points and hit dice and all that kind of shit. So you were good. Travel time, foot 20 miles a day, horse 40 miles a day. All right, so boom, boom, boom. All right, and then I thought...
So just go back a little bit. But unfortunately, some of the stat blocks he's created don't match. Like the stat blocks that he creates don't match. Maybe not necessarily in the Wandering Monsters. Maybe it's throughout the mod. But I thought there was a couple here that had certain stats that didn't go with the monster or didn't match or like.
I don't doubt it, dude. I don't doubt it.
It just there was a lot of mistakes with the stuff.
Oh yeah, also. And the monster selection as a whole. I'll get into that, but the first thing I thought of when I saw this guy now, looking back, I don't think I had seen Conan back then, but this looks like the guy from Conan with the big fucking hammer. Remember him?
Right.
That fucking mustache and all that. It looks just like him.
The big old beard.
Handlebar
mustache there. Yep. Yeah.
So they jump right into the freaking adventure. Right? We get it. You're at an inn. I mean, you're doing a one shot, right? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You're at an inn. You walk in. He sits down. Now, the thing that pissed me off at the Happy Farmer Tavern here. Greetings. Have a seat. I have some shit to eat and want to stay and blah blah blah. There's no prices. Where's the goddamn menu? Where's the prices? A little fucking immersion here because later on, they're different. And he gives it there. Why not here? Right? I mean, just be consistent for God's sakes. Jesus, man. All right. So then the hook, right? You're sitting down at the inn, and the old fucking wizard walks in. Ratings, I am Dalon the Mage, and, shit's bad. We can't do anything about it, but you random-ass strangers probably can. Although I don't know who the hell you are. I've never seen you before, never talked to you before. Why don't you go help us, save our village? Go find the druid. All right, whatever, dude. So that was the first step. Okay.
But okay, let's reel back there. Okay, so why is it stupid?
Because You don't. Why would you ask a random stranger to help you when you don't know who in the hell they are?
That fucking happens all the time in adventures.
I know. That's why I overlook it, because that's what you got to do. You're
They
there
do
to.
that all the time. Yeah,
This
I
is the
mean,
hook.
especially in a tavern. You meet in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
tavern, and then
Mm-hmm.
somebody randomly comes up.
Yep.
You look like Hardy Adventurers. Can you
Yeah,
help
yeah.
me find my lost pig?
Yep, yep.
It happens. So I can't. I'm not giving you that one.
All right, but that's why I overlooked it. But it was just like,
You didn't overlook it. You just
I,
you focused.
it annoyed me. But that dude, if that's over, that's not a rant. Trust me, you should have heard me
Yeah, I
ranting
know.
about it before.
I know your rants. Yeah.
All right, so here we got
Crippled
the
people
meeting,
with
blah
the
blah
rants.
blah, and it says give the map on page 32 to the players. I'm like, oh, player map, cool. I love handouts, right? So let's zip down to 32.
Wait a
Here's
minute.
the
Where are
map.
you at now?
Oh, that was I just scrolled down. So
Okay.
basically he says, here's the old man giving you a map, right? Now, what you're missing on this map is that you are here. Where are you on this map as a player? I looked at the handout they gave me and the one I gave to my brother or whatever, and I wrote on there what you are here essentially, right? Because in this area, the north to south where it runs there, that's where it crosses the old wilderness road, and you go north and you hang a right on the old wilderness road, right?
Yeah,
The old
he
man,
does that in his description. Follow the new wilderness road until you reach the old
the
wilderness
old one,
road.
yeah, but you don't see where the new one is. It's not even here. Right. And so he gives you a map with just the old one. And then the DM has got to like, oh shit, I got to look at the DM version, right? Which is up here to find where the hell you are, Right. So you're at the new wilderness road. You got to go on the old wilderness road and you start at number 1. All right, cool. Number 1 is the opening scene. Number 2 is the happy ass tavern up here. Okay, good deal. Right. So then you start the journey. All right. And as you leave, he says, hey, here's a talisman of protection from evil. It might be a help. All right, cool. Giving out free shit, whatever. Okay. No problem. So you got the talisman of protection from evil in your pocket, whatever the hell that does. And you're on your merry way. Okay. All right. So now we're getting into the shit. All right. First encounter. All right. 7 men approach and they are brigands and they jump your ass. All right. Now here's the funny thing. The brigands, they got, surprise rules. The brigands will fight until they are all dead or until you are all dead, essentially, right? What, no morale checks? You never heard of that before? Brigands will fight till dead. They have blood morale, brigands, apparently. They have type 6 demon morale, these brigands, okay? So, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. That's one thing. See, then you could, if you capture one, they'll take it to his hideout. And there's 8 brigands there in their camp. And, guess what? The hideout brigands also fight to the death. And the treasure can be found in the huts, okay? Now, you had, 7 brigands here, 8 in the camp, all right? So that's 15 brigands, all right? Let us look at this hut map, all right?
They have a hut map?
Oh, they have a hut map. There you go. The brigands camp, all right? So A, B, C, D, and E. E is a corral, right? Okay. So that's it. So here's your new wilderness road. There's the brigands area. Now they attacked you from the old wilderness road. I don't know what the hell they were doing there since nobody goes on it, but whatever. All right. So you got these tiny little huts. All right. Let's zip back up. Sorry, I'm giving you the Japanese TV show.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. I'm trying to jump here, so it makes it simpler, right? So hut A, 2 beds. Hut B, 2 beds. Hut D, 2 beds. Hut C, 2 beds. 8 beds, 15 brigands. There's a lot of brigands snuggling going on every night there. That's the first thing I thought
of. You don't judge.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, brigands.
Or they might have like the naval kind of brigade thing set up where
sharing cots. Yeah.
So half of you're up and one of the half of you asleep and then switch out. I don't know.
Yep. That's what somebody said. Here, let me zip down through the through comments there. You DM me as a player. My brother's here, and he had no idea what's going on the whole time. He says, "My brother." Yeah, exactly. It made no goddamn sense. The exposition is a lot. Yep.
You missed one of the best parts about it.
What?
All right, go down in the description. Okay, the second paragraph. That's not box text there.
Brigands here.
So. Yep. They are all armed with swords. Roll 1d6 on a 1d3 or a 1 through 3. The brigands are surprised. On a 3 to 4, there is no surprise. On a 5 to 6, the party surprises.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Both.
So apparently
things
they're
happen.
surprised and not surprised at the same time. You know?
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just
Now get this. You kill the fuckers and you get to hut A, the leader's hut, right? There's some good shit here, right? 50 gold pieces, a chest of silver rings, right? Wine barrel, 5,000 copper, a scroll, magic scroll.
Does it bother you? Does it bother you that it's an even amount?
No, it totally does. Everything here is an even fucking amount. It bugged the shit out of me. Every single bit of treasure here. Right? I got to note all that.
It is.
Yeah. And then so you could just walk in and just open the chest and get all their shit. But in Hut C for the shitheads, the 1,000 copper pieces, that one is trapped, right? So that one's trapped. You don't trap the good shit. You trap the 1,000 copper pieces with the paralyzed gas, right?
Right. You 1,000 copper pieces, which is what in the game is that like I forgot. Is that
like 10 gold?
Copper?
It's 10 fucking gold.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
And they're using like a paralyzation gas that probably costs more than that.
Oh, 10,000 gold. Yeah.
And you're going to have some dumbass who's going to want to put more in, and he's going to forget about the trap, and you're going to go in and see Steve paralyzed on the ground because he forgot. Steve forgot there's paralyzation gas. But that's what I'm saying. This, like before you read. This is something you could take some of the goofy stuff and put Steve on the floor when they're encountering him.
Yeah.
You could take this stuff and use the goofiness of it and make it a fun adventure.
You could.
I mean, some of it, granted it turns a little bit into the farce area, but it's fun when you have just a funny module when dumb shit happens and it wasn't on you.
Yeah,
some other jackass that did something stupid for once, and it wasn't you. Because it would be fun to see Steve the Bandit paralyzed on the ground because he had like 10 more copper pieces he wanted to put in there.
Yeah. And he just didn't quite make his dex check, apparently. So railroad encounter number 1 is done. Now you go to the Quiet Lake. This one infuriated me back when I was a kid. This is the one I remembered 30 years later.
The Quiet Lake?
Yes, this is the Quiet Lake, right? So you go to a fucking lake.
Quick thing real for me though.
Yeah.
This is what bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Is the way it's left and right justified for the titles. Go up a little bit, see how Quiet Lake's just all fucked up. I hate that. That drives me nuts.
Well, here's what drove me nuts. Number 5, the Quiet Lake. Map of the Grand Old Wood, Area 3. You would think that number 5 would be number 5.
Yeah,
no, number 5 is 3.
Right. That's just so that I can't
Even though I was a grown ass adult, I was like, what? I forgot about this error, like
it's almost like today's thinking, no, 5 is 3.
Yeah.
No, 5 is 3 now. Yeah.
You've always been at war with East Asia. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, you're gonna see there is a old deer skeleton here. Dead deers make an appearance throughout at least 3 or 4 times throughout the entire fucking module. I have no idea why.
I thought it was a sleeping deer, not a dead deer.
Well, this one, there's an old deer skeleton lies amongst the path. The prince of the skeleton, blah, blah, blah. Wolf killed this one. Then you get to the pavilion, and there's a sleeping deer. All right. He's just sleeping at the water's edge, right?
Okay, gotcha.
And there's a pavilion at the edge of the lake. All right, cool. No problem, right? We get a pavilion here on a lake. Maybe it's a vacation spot or whatever, no big deal, okay? Now, the whole thing about this encounter, I'm going to summarize a whole lot of bullshit here for you. It's a fucking nymph who captured a human, right? Or he fell in love with a human, wants to keep the human. Somebody built... Neither the nymph or the human built this pavilion next to the lake. Now, looking up in the AD&D monster manual, nymphs love beautiful grottos, coves, lakes, woods, forests. They love beauty, right? So what are you going to do with a beautiful lake? You build a fucking hut on it. Okay, that's good. And then here's the shit that makes no fucking sense, right? Well, a lot of it. But here's the thing that first hit me, right? Evan the forester is asleep at the pavilion. The nymph loved him and was afraid he was going to leave her, so she arranged to have a special sleep enchantment cast upon the entire fucking lake. All right? Evan is asleep until awakened, and he awakens just like basically as a sleep spell. So you got to shake the fucker to wake him up, right?
Right.
So basically, now I looked up nymph in the monster manual. Guess what? they have charm person 3 times a fucking day or something, right?
Yep.
Just charm his ass. Why?
Yep.
Why do you got to sleep him, right? And then if you leave there without waking his ass up, she begs you to wake him up. Bitch, shake him awake yourself. What are you talking about, right? And then if you do, she gives you the thing to cure the whole lake. How does she get a potion big enough for a whole fucking lake? How? What in God's name kind of size of potion is this thing? The whole fucking lake, right? Why? And then she gives it to you and begs you to pour it in a lake. You can't pour it in yourself. You can't wake him up yourself. You couldn't charm him to make him stop from running away. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. You know. So then, moving along the map.
Well, and the thing about this encounter is it doesn't serve the adventure in any way, shape, or form.
No,
it just adds a nonsensical, completely baffling. The only way they would to salvage this is to almost make it like some sort of illusion, because Fey creatures are known to do
trick you,
bizarre shit and trick you and everything.
Yeah.
So what I would do in this case is I would turn it into some trick situation, but I would have the Fae kind of be like me, little brain damage and forget shit. So when she's telling you the story, it doesn't. You can see the flaws in her story.
Yeah.
If you're there with it. So I mean, that's kind of how, if I was going to keep this, but I'd also have something in here that would serve the adventure, though, too. Have some element in there that would benefit the players or the party to come this way. Otherwise,
the only thing it served is later on when you talk to the druid. When you get to him, if you did a good by this one and good by the dryad who you see later, it's like a good thing to him, right? You get some cred with him or something. That's all it is. And even if you did bad, he still gives you the thing, so it doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference.
Who does that though?
The druid at the very end, like
the druid. Okay.
Who you're going to for the cure for the bad lands. Oh, by the way, the lands were cursed. This is important for later.
Right.
The lands were cursed by a gypsy who was passing through. She cursed all the lands. So everything is cursed. The entire area is cursed. Okay.
I know, that's pretty powerful magic.
Well, no shit, right? Especially for what level you'll see she is later.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember she was
No, nothing. So then you move on to number 7, the Wildwood Inn, which is actually in Area 4 on the map. Okay. Fuckers.
Right. Which is number 7, but Area 4.
Area 4. Yeah.
You can't. That's
retard.
Stupid.
So the only thing about this is that the dude who runs it is a half formerly a thief. He doesn't want to be known as a thief, and everything is up and up, right? Now, when the party has dinner, you hear farmers and travelers swapping tales. You hear rumors, and they say every hour they hear 2 of the following stories, 2 true tales, every falsehood. Now, here's your list of tales. It never tells you which ones are true and false. It never tells you any of it, right? So I'm looking for the T or the F next to him. You know what I mean? Nothing. You got no fucking clue. And then guess what? Then you're robbed, all right, by were-rats. Now, I'm looking up were-rats. You need a +1 magic or silver weapon to kill them. What kind of second-level guys are going to have a fight against were-rats, right?
Well, I think it's 2nd through 4th, isn't it?
2nd through 4th, but still, it assumes some shit. You know what I mean?
It's some serious stuff. But this was back when D&D was very Monty Hallish too. Remember that? This was back when you were throwing away +1 swords.
Yeah, like candy. So your second level guys.
So you have to remember that context of it, because that's what the game was at that point in time. Everybody had 13 bags of holding filled with magic items and stuff like that.
Now here's the fucked up thing though, Tim. An attempt to rob the party, another fucked up thing, will occur during the night, whether they are on watch or not. Any party member on watch has to save versus sleep. If he is successful, the spell will be cast on each party member coming on watch until one is successfully put to sleep. At that time, 4 were-rats.
And there's no save versus sleep anyways.
No save versus sleep, but here's my question. I'm looking up were-rats in the Monster Manual. I'm like, wow, were-rats can cast sleep spell? No, they fucking can't. No. So how? They're not were-rat mages. They're not were-rats with a sleep wand, right? So they're just fucking putting you to sleep because.
And if I remember correctly, too, Joe, they use a series of secret doors that the
Yes.
halfling seems to be completely unaware of,
in his own inn. Yeah.
In his own inn. And
Yeah.
I don't think there's any on the map, is there?
Well, let's see. Let us see.
I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I don't.
All right.
I don't see any S's.
This is the Wildwood Inn. Yeah. Where are the sleeping secret doors there?
There, yeah, I don't remember.
They just chewed through stuff, apparently, you know?
That's right.
Like rats,
exactly.
you know? Yeah, they chewed through shit.
No secret doors.
Yeah.
So how would you, okay, I'm going to ask you this. How would you fix this situation? What's there? How would you fix it?
I would figure out where they are in relation to the characters. Make sure they're in this, you know.
You have to redraw the map sometime.
Have to redraw the maps, right? Which is not too hard because this is a shit map, right? Look at that thing, right? It's not too hard to do it.
It's a building map. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a little fucking something, man. You know,
a little style, but
little something.
I get it.
Fucking circles that look like they were drawn with one of those plastic things that you put your pencil in the middle of.
It just looked like somebody was playing tic-tac-toe by himself. Actually,
yeah. Oh, and he lost
and barely won. Yeah. Oh, no, I got across there.
That's
barely. Yeah.
So so there's no idea where the characters are, where the bedrooms are, that the rats are, or anything like that. There's no way to kill the fucking rats who somehow have the magic ability to put your ass to sleep somehow, right? So
So Flint brought up something good too, because maybe the were-rats are human form and are patrons at the end. That's definitely where I would go with.
Well, that's what they are, right? So that could be a thing. So maybe they're magic users or something, and they're in human form mages or whatever. But that doesn't say anything like that, right? There's no idea of how this all hangs together. None whatsoever. So you're just like scrambling. So if you're keep in mind this is an N series module. N means novice. This is for
novice. Yeah, we forgot to mention that. So this is for new players who are playing it in the back then. Now, I originally thought it might have been for GMs, but the more I thought about it, this is definitely not for because there's no explaining of rules that much in the beginning or how to run stuff. So it must have been directly for just novice players, not a novice GM then.
Yep. No, it's
I mean, one of the things I'd probably do similar, like pretty much what Flint said. I'd make them there, but I'd also have them that they had somehow got keys to the room. And maybe one of them, because were-rats are fairly stealthy and they rely on their stealth by, instead of using secret doors, they just kind of go in the front door, and their way of doing that is to get the players drunk or spike their drinks ahead of time.
Good idea.
So they fall asleep. Slip a Mickey. Do something a little less magical, and let's go back to what the 80s used to do all the time.
And that's exactly it, Flint. I was thinking that too as I'm reading this. Make the innkeeper the were-rat, the head were-rat, right? And so he robs the rich people.
But if we're going to keep in the context, he's got to be kind of maybe unaware.
If you want. I mean, but if you want to make it make sense, he's got to be
completely. Yeah, absolutely. Or he could just be, he could still remain like a halfling who doesn't want to do it.
They're blackmailing him.
This is his crew. They were like were-rats or something like, this is part of his crew. This is their take. This is what they do to fund. But then you don't really have to, but he can be a small part of a bigger organization. So if they end up doing this stuff, which I always like to do in an adventure, the consequences of maybe taking out these guys, all of a sudden they gain the attention of the bigger thieves guild. And then there's those repercussions for taking it out. Or if you have, and this is where later on when we get into the adventure, there's not a lot for a thief to do.
No,
in this adventure, there really isn't.
Not at all.
So this would be a good case where a thief may recognize maybe some of the thieving symbols that they pass along.
Yeah, thieves can't.
The thieves can't, and he understands it, and and so he could give a heads up and like, don't screw with these guys. These guys are part of the so and so, or and the thief's knowledge, not just his regular skills, but a thief's knowledge.
Yes,
you don't have to do an IQ check.
Yes,
you just know, he could get the party out of a real shit situation just by being, a thief. So
yep. He sees a hand signal that says those are the ones we ambushed tonight or something like that, right?
Right. And the nice thing about those two aspects is they would be easy to integrate into this and take this kind of confusing and what the hell encounter to make sense, have a little bit of options to it, and add, future possible consequences to it.
Yeah.
So now you've taken it and you've kind of added some layers to it.
Yep. And yeah, I like the whole thing that they're kicking back to Higher Thieves Guild. And hey, they're no longer, where'd our money go? Where's our people? Who killed them? Let's chase their ass down and kill them. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. So you kill the were-rats somehow, you don't have any magic or silver items. Then you move on, you get a reward from the innkeeper. You move along to the Horns of the Dragon, which is number 9, but area 5 of the map. All right. So no, I'm going to never stop saying that.
I know, right? You shouldn't, because that's ridiculous. Because when you're writing an adventure, you have to make it simple for people to understand.
Yeah.
Easy to run. And when you start going, this is encounter 9, but on the map it's area 5. It's like, dipshit, who told you this was okay?
God,
I don't say a lot of bad, but that's just dumb. That's just a dumb
bad writing in every way, shape, and form. God. And then here's some more shit. All right, so here we go. So basically, you're going into a tunnel that goes under the mountains to get to the druid place, right? So you follow the trail, big cave, breeze, blah blah blah, and you see some stuff that gives you an idea. Oh, what's in here? Footprints of beasts of burden and their drovers going in and out of the tunnel, which are human. Okay, maybe, probably. And then you see footprints belong to orcs. Are they barefoot? I thought orcs wore boots just like humans. How the fuck do you know they're orc prints? Does this say orc on the bottom of their boots or something? But whatever.
Don't your orcs have like orc boot written on the bottom or something?
Yeah. Instead of Timberland, it says Orkland or something, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So about 5,500 feet into the tunnel, you couldn't just say a fucking mile. About a mile into the tunnel. Right? I mean,
what did he say? 5,500 feet. Did he actually say that?
Yeah.
5,500 feet. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's retarded, man. It's retarded. So let me see. So let's see. They're 5,500 feet into the tunnel, and you are moving through. And guess what you see here? Another deer. Another skeleton of a deer. Deer number 2 has appeared, boys and girls.
Can we see the map real quick so we can see where we are in the context of this thing? Because I'm already lost.
Oh yeah, don't worry. You've lost with the map, dude. It doesn't fucking matter.
I know, but I kind of want to.
Follow along. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Up. Holy
blink, everybody! Don't look. I'm pulling up the map.
Oh, there
it is.
This map. Okay.
Dumb.
Now, apparently, this map was done by Diesel or somebody.
Was it this map? This map?
They said he's a guitar. I can't imagine he did this one. I'm thinking he probably did the hand drawn one up above.
Yeah.
But this one is just sort of like, oh my God. Well, and they've done like one of the most biggest disservices you can do on a map. Do you know what that is, Rob or Joe? I said map and thought of Rob.
Let me see.
What's the worst thing? Yeah. One of the worst things you can do on a map.
There's no idea how big each hex is.
Exactly. You got no scale.
None whatsoever.
None. So where did we start? And then
here.
So cavern 1.
You're over here, basically, right?
Okay.
And you're working your way through. So cavern 1 is the tunnel itself, and there's a dead deer.
I'm looking for cavern 1, and we're about 5,500 into another tunnel.
Yeah.
So is it a mile before this map even starts?
I think
so.
Is that
what it is?
Yeah, because this is the only bit of the map. You know what I mean? There is no one.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Tim. Hold on.
Is there a one somewhere?
This is the way this is made out. This is one of the old the cardboard cover has the maps on it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So you got to go here. Is 1.
Oh,
the inside cover. Right.
Yeah.
So you get to 1 dead deer. Okay. And then the back cover is here.
You're right.
Right.
Okay.
And then, all right. So I'll read the descriptions because there's not much to deal with. As you guys can look at the map and follow along like this, I think it probably makes more sense. All right. So cavern 2, blah, blah, blah. All right. So cavern 2, it looks like there's a rock fall, and it looks like there's you see a dwarven boot or something. A boot is sticking out.
Do we know it's a dwarven boot?
Let's see. And under one pile of rubble, a boot sticks out. Under the boot, a skeletal foot is attached to a leg, and so forth until the entire skeleton of a dwarf in male, buried in a minor cave-in, is uncovered. He has 25 gold in his purse. If anything is taken from his skeleton, or any of the 5 dwarf skeletons under the other piles, all 6 animate and attack. Why?
How do they get up? They just got squished by a ton of rock. How the fuck do they get up?
How do they become skeletons? Just because rock falls on you, you become a skeleton?
Well, you decay. And
but they attack. It's an undead skeleton.
I know.
Killed them undead?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know because they're still in the same spot. Maybe maybe they're just so mad that dwarves got caught in the cave in, which they're supposed to be able to detect.
They turned into skeletons.
They get just mad from dwarven rage. You know, they couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
And I think this is the one that screws up because they have a warhammer that does 1d6 damage, the 1 hit dice, 5 hit points each, and then none of them have apparent armor on them, right? Because they have an AC of 7.
Yeah, I don't think they have armor at all. Yeah.
And I like how it's a minor cave in, but 6 dwarves died.
Oh, wait a minute. My bad. There is a dwarf in male, and they all have male.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So your miners are wearing male.
Right. But but they given an AC 7, you know?
Yeah.
So there was, because I knew there's some more stat issues along the way and everything.
That's funny. I didn't even look at the stat issues. I mean, I just looked for stupidities like that. I wasn't deep diving into stats, you know?
Right. And each skeleton possesses 25 gold in a pouch, except their pants are down around their ankles.
Yeah, exactly. So then you move into number 3 and 3A. 3 and 3A is a crazy dwarf who's still alive somehow, right? Dressed in rags and shredded mail. There's a secret to 3A to get in there, blah, 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 right? And so he's a 3rd level dwarven fighter. And it says that for the last 25 years, he has waged a guerrilla war on all of the fucking orcs that are in 6 and 8 down at the other end there, right? There's like 25 fucking orcs. How is one guy? Is he fucking Rambo? How is he? How?
Maybe he's just like, you know, he's got those crazy eyes, and they like walk down the cavern and they see crazy-eyed dwarf, and they're like, oh shit, you know, I'm gonna walk on the other side of the street. I
don't get it. I don't
don't know.
But then he goes into.
He's only got an AC of 7, you know. So
yeah.
And let me see.
20 hit points.
20 hit points. There it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of weapon does he have? Because they don't have any weapon thing.
Doesn't even say. Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yep. It doesn't even say what his weapon is. It must be a plus 40 to kill orcs upon sight or something. You know? And so
he has chainmail. He's got a little bit of chainmail, so yeah.
Here's my question too. Remember the cave entrance number 1? You saw the dead deer, of course, and then you saw, you know, men, footprints, wagon, carts, blah blah blah, going through here.
Right?
How? With the orcs killing them? I mean, where? How? Makes no sense, right?
I know.
So then you get into 3A. Here is 3A. 3A is the insane dwarf talks shit and says, "Oh, I know what you're here for." Blah 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 blah. You gotta like walk over a fucking bridge, and here's what doesn't make sense. I still can't figure this out. It's a dex check to walk over this bridge. If you fail both dex checks, you're dead, right? So characters must roll their dex check.
No, you're not dead.
You drop 200 feet.
Yeah, but read it. You don't die. They have a random determination. I think.
A narrow ribbon of land extends across a great chasm. No bottom is in sight. Characters must roll their dexterity or less or lose their balance. A character losing his balance falls to the edge. He must make a second roll to go over the edge. The chasm is almost 200 feet deep. If the PCs, here's what doesn't make sense to me. If the PCs are roped together, add 3 to the dex roll.
Right.
So that makes it harder. If you're roped together, it should be easier.
Right.
You should add 3 to the dex, not the fucking roll. And then Jesus Christ.
Fucking
retarded. And then while you're in there, you get to fight a Osquip. I've heard of it, but who the fuck knows? That goddamn thing though does 1 to 12 on a bite. It bites through rock. It does 1 to 12 on a bite. That's some serious.
Which one was it?
What's it called? In Cavern 3A, OSQUIP. For each person in the cavern, one Osquip appears. This is a serious fucking powerful creature, dude. I mean, it has 3 + 1 hit dice, 19 hit points, 2 to 12 on the bite, and those things could chew through rock. They're like they're like moles of rock, right? And then he goes nuts and he tries to bring the cavern down, and hopefully you got the thing that was in there that was magic, because you're going to need it later.
You know what? It's a big rat.
It's a huge rat looking thing. Yeah.
It's got 6. I didn't know what it was, but it says Osquip. No, it says Osquip is the size of a small dog.
I know. Well, here, look at the picture of it. I'll show you the picture. Sorry about
that. You got a picture in there?
Yeah, there it is. There's a fucking Osquip. There's the insane fucking guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got to fight with the Osquip too, not just the.
But there's one Osquip. There's one Osquip for every PC. 3 + 1 hit dice creatures. The dwarf goes nuts and brings the roof down upon it so he's dead, and you can't get back in the room. And hopefully now you got to go over the bridge again and hopefully not die, right? So
right. Is that the? Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got this section of it. All right. Before we get to the next one, yes. How would you fix this first half of it?
All right. I don't know how, because it doesn't make sense for this lone dwarf to be in there with the fucking 25 goddamn.
How would you? Well, all right. Then how would you fix that?
There's got to be a break or a gap. Like number 5 would have to be a massive chasm that the dwarf brought the bridge down on.
Let me ask you this: does the dwarf serve any purpose?
No, I would eliminate him entirely. It makes no sense. This whole thing would be orc laden. That's all it would be, orcs.
Right. I mean, that would be the simplest thing. You kind of run into this orc.
Yeah.
Kind of, what do you want to call it? Layer, and you could still keep the dead dwarves, because you could just have them. They got killed off or whatever, or maybe it was a recent one or whatever, and you could make them, still make them there. And then plus, I mean, the reason why I like having stuff like that, if you have 6 dead dwarves, like in the beginning before your party goes in, it's kind of like a foreshadowing that shit's about to happen up ahead. Exactly. You're going to deal with, maybe, have them in their, what did you call them? Orc Creek. What did you call them? Timber Creeks or
Timberlands instead of Timberlands. Yeah, like
they're Orklands.
Orklands.
You're gonna have Orkland prints, up and down or something like that. Have them here, or because I mean, of course this thing is like forever long.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the way this is gauged, I'm gonna guess the caverns are in that map are 5 miles.
Well, who the fuck knows?
So that would be one thing I would correct. By putting it in there. Maybe I'd still make it bigger by making each one of these maybe, I don't know, 100 feet if you wanted to make it big. But then that means you're getting a 400, 600 foot cavern, which is not unheard of. But these are giant freaking caverns, and even if you have 20 orcs in them, you're gonna be able to get out of the way, or there's a lot of space to maneuver in there.
I think
I might even make it smaller. I don't know.
Well, I mean, let me see if they give the dimensions in these things. So cavern 3, does it give any dimensions? No, of course not. Why would it give a dimension? No, cavern 2, right? About blah blah blah. So, all right, the main tunnel turns due south before it bends for another 1,500 feet. So from here to here is about 1,500 feet. It looks like. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 300 feet per hex. Maybe
that's an odd scale.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But it ends in a cavern that's 3,000
feet long. So there should be 10. There should be 10 then. There should be 10 hexes if that's 300 feet.
That's 3,000, and then another bend. Wait, am I reading that? Yeah. 800 feet wide. Yeah. So that's one hex. So they're saying it's almost like 800 feet per hex.
And yet this is 1,500, right? Makes no sense. Good luck mapping this. And if you're doing the mapping, the old school style, you're just going to get lost. Makes no sense.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, because there's no freaking scale. Even the GM doesn't know the freaking scale.
No, you can't tell.
Do it.
All right. So then you're moving along. So number 6 is a water
Wait,
Blah,
what
blah,
happened to 5? Did we
oh,
pass
5 is
5?
bullshit. Yeah, 5 is nonsense. It's just
What's
nothing.
5? Well, don't
The
say
the
it's
tunnel, blah
nonsense.
blah blah. Portion of the tunnel is collapsed. Once it's just collapsed shit. Nothing here. If the party looks, they will find a sign, an old dwarf, which reads "Danger, bad timber, no
But
admittance."
see, there's your timber. Yeah.
There's your timber. Yeah,
There's Timber Lakes. Now you
land.
got it right there. Timberlands. That's all right. Yeah. No admittance. And they caved it in. So is that
Mm-hmm.
from the dwarf or something like that?
No, don't care. It's useless. It's irrelevant. It means nothing. It adds nothing
I
to the
know that, but
adventure.
how would you make it relevant? This is what we're doing. How would you make it relevant, or would you eliminate it?
I would eliminate it. It's just a useless room that has nothing in it. It's just a waste.
I would add a dwarven, like, maybe road sign, and it shows, like, it's, historically it's got, some hint. That's why the dwarves are there. Maybe why were the dwarves there? When you find an old dwarven road sign, or that shows. I don't know what the timeline would be, but just something simple,
It all
like
has to
that.
come down to what was this originally, right? In
Right,
my head, it has to make sense. So I would have to
right,
start from square one and say, was this an old dwarven mine, or was this just a bunch of tunnels that led through the mountains? If it was a
right,
dwarven mine, then maybe number 4 is where the dwarves were fucking around looking for shit, right? Maybe number
right.
5 is where they lived and they collapsed in on itself.
Exactly.
Maybe 3
Yeah.
is 3A is the forge, and 3 is sort of like where they all gathered or something too, right? So. But and
Mhm.
then maybe the orcs invaded and took over some of this stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
it
Now,
has
now,
to make
now you're giving this place this complete bullshit right now.
Mhm.
Just
Yep.
just bizarre. You're giving it scale. You're giving it a bit of a history, and you're
Yeah.
giving it a context of current day situation.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's what we got to do with this adventure. We have to make it,
Makes sense.
uh, yeah, make some sort of sense for that. And what you
Verisimilitude.
just right there, you've just kind of fleshed it out.
Yeah, you have to though. It has to. I'd have to
Yeah.
start from ground zero. Here's a map. Why is that map in existence? What does that represent in reality, right?
But
So
here's my theory on why this thing is so bad too. I think this was a TSR problem. They're
yeah.
trying to pump out shit
Yes.
faster,
Yep.
and the quality went down. And
Yep.
I think it was the I don't remember the timeline, but I think this was during or right before the shift and the changeover,
Mm-hmm.
because they were
Yep.
shifting. Okay, because some people still think this was his second edition module. 2E
No,
wasn't even out yet.
no,
No,
this money.
no, this is because somebody was bitching about it not having Thaco. I said, because fucking Thaco didn't exist in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna bitch on it, bitch it on what it really is. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
find shit to bitch about.
Yep.
But I think it's one of those of modules that was created kind of right before that. I don't know
Yeah.
like I said, the timeline. But like I said, and then they were because of the limit. Like, you bought this adventure because of basically a low high demand, low
Low
supply.
supply. Yeah, it was there.
And yeah, it was there, and that's why I would have bought stuff. I mean, when I bought adventure modules off the B. Dalton's /
Mhm.
Walton book rack, I would read the book, I'd look at the cover, and
Yeah.
basically, I mean, I didn't even have to do that. I just saw a new one, and if I had, I think at the time they were $550 a venture or something like
Let's see
that.
what this costs. What this piece of shit waste my money for? How much was it?
Was it 550 or 6?
What the hell's the price?
I don't know if they had them on them.
They had to have had a price somewhere.
I
There's
don't
no
know.
fucking price on the outside. Son of
Yeah,
a
I don't think, like I said, I don't think there was. I think they just did the little sticker gun
damn.
on it.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Damn, I thought there was a
That's
price.
yeah.
Shit. Yeah, but it's $6-7. You're right. It's 5, 6,
Yeah,
$7.
it was under, it was definitely under $10, whatever
Yeah.
it cost, or whatever. And if you had that much, mow a few yards and you could go and get a new TSR module. Because I mean, you
Mhm.
didn't really have, because back then, like Walden's and the big bookstores didn't carry Judges Guild stuff.
No, no.
They didn't carry roll aids. They didn't.
Oh, I saw Walden. Walden Books had rollies near the end, and in
Oh,
the
did it?
mid-
Okay.
yeah, the one near me did. That's where I got. I got the Lich Lord's Adventure. I got a couple from there.
Hmm.
That was the first time I'd ever seen Thaco. It was the AD&D 1E days, but the Lich Lords, I think, used Thaco and explained what it was.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
it's been a-
cool.
that's been-
That makes it easy. I don't have to use a fucking chart. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
true. I can see that.
So now looking through, number 6 is useless because it's just it's a big pool of big cavern, 1,500 feet by
Right.
2,000 feet across. and it's just a pool of water. You couldn't put a little blue ink in there in the middle for fucking water, right? There's 2 eels in there. The eels are no joke. 25 hit points each, 5 hit dice each, right?
And they're in water.
In water, right? How do they eat
you
it?
have to go in the water.
Yeah. So why would you attack them if they're 18 feet long? Who the fuck would attack this shit, right? In the water, 18 feet long. Number one. And number two, how do they live? What do they eat? Orcs that wander by? That's only happened once.
Yeah, I mean 3d6 freaking bite.
Yeah, they'll kill your ass. But if you beat them, one of them has swallowed a ring of fire protection.
I know.
And the other one, this. That's a wand, a magic wand.
With one charge of one fireball.
Yeah. And how did the wand not break? Anyway.
I know, but you know what? I kind of like that. I think it's just, just like they ate an adventurer or something like that. And this is the stuff that couldn't digest or poop out or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing is I would absolutely love to have these little Easter eggs in there, because I do like this, even though it's stupid as hell. But have somebody catch an eel and open it up and find a wand of fireball.
But here's the problem. As soon as that happens once, and this is a novice adventure for new people,
I know. They're going to cut
everything open. You're going to spend 3 hours cutting everything open forever. Then the DM regrets never putting anything like that in there, because it's like, or you just wandering monsters encounters on them just to fucking make them stop doing it. Do
you ever wonder why I check for loose stones in fireplaces?
Oh, I love
all
that.
The time.
Yeah. Which one? Which one did it?
Because I found shit. Actually, I think it was the Secrets of Saltmarsh. That was the one that did it. And now I do it for. I don't care. I'm looking. Yeah. I'm doing it. It's part of my monkey brain now. I'm going to go look for it, and I guess that's why I kind of like it. I think it's funny because that sets me up to. You know how I like my fuck you monsters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a secondary fuck you monster, like how they have those zombie parasites inside of those animals that are dead and they're walking them around or something like that. I'll put a fucking zombie parasite, one of those things when you cut it open to find a wand of pirate,
Or rock rubs, something like that.
Or rock rubs, yeah.
Which make an appearance in this one too. Rock rubs make an appearance.
Oh, do they?
Oh, I'll show you. Yeah,
see that. Then I love this adventure.
Yeah, you would. All right, so cavern number 8. 7 is useless, but 7 is interesting because what it talks about, it's all caved in and blah, blah, blah. But there's a rafters in there. Rafters indicate to me that this was a mine. There's no other indication it was a mine. You know what I mean? But rafters mean mine to me. Why else would you rafter a natural cavern?
Right, right. Unless you're going to live there and you need to make sure,
it don't fall in, yeah. But I mean, you know how many rafters you're gonna for a 2,000 foot by 4,000 foot cavern? How many fucking rafters you need?
How many trees are you gonna need?
The whole. What are the druids left? They cut down the entire forest.
That would be a funny tie-in. Why is the forest diminishing? Well, the orcs like trying to keep up the freaking cave because it keeps caving in on.
Yeah, all the fucking time. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Then you get to the orc caves. There's 20 in number 8, 21 orcs. All right. Now here's some bullshit, right? Here's some bullshit. For 21, of course, again, couldn't kill Rambo the dwarf, right? But all right. Another thing, let me zip back up here because we got the gist of this now. All right. So let me bounce back up to this stuff. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. Okay. Orc cave.
What are you doing?
There we go. Orc cave. All right. So
where are we at?
Right up here.
Okay.
All right. Orcs are the bloody hand. Cool. Emblem on their shields. Cool. Orcs fight to subdue so they can slave them. Okay. Cool.
Right.
Nice. Oh shit. But the other, they're trying to make you a slave, and they follow the leaders and fight until they are wiped out. Again, blood morale. Right. They will never ever fail, or you don't even need to make a morale check, right? And they're trying to subdue you, disarm you, and blah blah blah, right? So if they overcome,
where do you see they'll fight?
Right here, they'll follow the leader's orders and fight until they are wiped out.
Oh, okay.
All right, so they'll wiped out, and they're trying to enslave you. All right, if you kill them, you get their treasure. However, it assumes you're going to be captured because 21 orcs, even though you just killed.
Do you remember though, in first edition, there really wasn't any morale.
They didn't have morale checks in first edition?
Look on the monster stat block. There's no morale check.
No shit.
Not that I remember. It's
No,
been a while,
I gotta look. I'm looking.
I gotta look too.
I gotta look. I took out all the monster manuals.
We need help from the folks out there.
First edition. I thought first edition had morale.
First edition had morale. I didn't remember them having morale, but
it had morale checks. They may not have given them a morale, but I believe there was a morale check mechanic.
I guess because there's no morale for any monster, So I guess you had to
make it up or something. Yeah,
because I know I never used it because it just never came up.
Yeah, it wasn't in a stat block. It doesn't exist, right? But I believe there was morale in the DM guide. I believe there was. What
was the? Do you remember K5K? What the morale, how it worked, since there's none in the stat blocks? Because I don't remember.
I wish I knew. That'd be
the DM's guide right here. I can look it up.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember the morale being in the DM's guide. Yeah, I do remember that now, but I don't remember how it worked. Or I know I never used it because I never used it until in the past few years type thing. There it is. There's morale scores 67.
Yeah, you probably had to do with hit dice, I bet you. So Sim looks that up. So here's some shit, right? You're captured. Okay, so it's assuming you're captured because even though you just killed 2 massive badass fucking snakes, you're captured by 21 fucking orcs. Okay, right. And so you assume you got a wizard. I mean, 5 of them are asleep instantly, right? Anyway.
Here we go, Joe. So each monster has a base morale of 50%.
Okay.
And 5% per hit die above 1, plus 1% per hit point above any hit dice. God. And the morale check is required. Scoring and reaction are stated above with the henchman, I guess. So then you got morale failure. So if you fail by so much, certain things back. 1 through 15 fall back. 16 through 30 disengage. 31 through 50 flee. So now I know why I never used.
Yes, exactly. It's my eyes are glazing over as you're doing the math of that.
Right? Yeah. So there's like about 6 inches of morale rules and all of there. So it must have not been that important to Gary either.
No, he didn't give a shit. You do what you do normally. You just roll. Yeah. Make shit up as you go. These guys got substantial treasure. So
they do.
If you kill them, so then you're put to work, right? Get this. Here's the thing that stood out here. You're put to work as slaves because it was a railroad, of course. You're captured. You're put to work as slaves, but you still have your armor. Why? Why do you have your fucking armor on? Why did they let you keep the armor? So it's harder to beat your ass if you try to revolt? Don't matter. Who cares? This is stupid. All right. So then you go out there, you're hauling wood, you're cutting firewood down, blah, 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 and then they're assuming you're overpowering the 2 guards who are guarding you with their leather armor and your full plate, right? So you overpower them or something, right? And then you got to go back and kick their asses. Right. All right. So and then you got the whole detail: 1 to 6 guards. You might be able to sneak up on them.
And they come in waves this time.
Always. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
1 to 6. Yep. Yeah.
1 to 6 come at you. They always a leather, always carrying spears. So you might be able to sneak up on them, and then you're out. All right. So you've done the orc thing. You're out, and then you're east of the Dragon Teeth Mountains, and then
can we make a short comment on the dialogue, the stilted, Phantom of the, or what it was, just
this.
Let's the captured. Let's take captured. Go up to
capture
page captured. Could you read that in your best Anakin Skywalker voice?
You weren't nearly as clever as you thought, were you? You tried to sneak by us, but it didn't work, did it? You looked fit enough. I'll suppose you'll work for a while before you become useless. It's because I'm wearing armor, asshole. I get tired faster. Know what happens when you get tired and useless? He grins and draws a rough thumb across his throat, making a slitting sound. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, just the dialogue. I mean, I could see this in an episode of the TV Batman too.
Yeah. The old 60s show. Yeah.
When they used to explain the entire plot when Batman was like on some spinning wheel and there's like knives throwing at him or something like that. Yeah, it's just It's just bad.
Oh, they
It's
feed you
just
too.
bad.
They feed you, so you get no supper, but you do breakfast. So water and stale bread. 6 orcs gather you up, gather brush for fires and firewood. And of course, that's what you want in a cave is fires. Of course, it's the
Right.
first thing you want to do is light a fire in the cave. So then you're out.
I also like to give you that you're supposed to cut firewood, so that means they give you a weapon.
Yeah. Unless you're using your fingernails, right?
Yeah. So yeah. So they give you a weapon. You get to keep your armor.
Yep. They disarm you and then they give you axes, and then you're attacking. But before you only attack 21, but now you're only attacking 2 or 3 at a time. So they giving you weapons to take them out. Yeah, perfect. Yes. I didn't catch that. That's fucking retarded too. Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. So then you're out. Right, and you're in the Dryad Grove, which is now we're back to number 1 because apparently this is chapter B, right? And so we're starting all over with the numbering system, but number 1 now relates to number 7 on the map. All right.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. All right.
It's my head. Oh my God. So we're in a different section.
Yep.
We're starting over with encounters, but we're going to continue on with the map that didn't match up with the other.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yep. So this is full retardation. Okay. Oh, my bad, Tim. Before with the nymph, I misspoke. The nymph has the ability, right, to cast druidic spells at 7th level. That means she could charm person or mammal, right, all day, every day. Yeah, and as well as every other goddamn spell.
Can't you do it like 3 times a day then? Or
no, that was a dryad. The dryads could do it 3 times a day. I got my hot, sexy forest bitches mixed up. All right, so the dryad can cast it 3 times a day, right?
Oh, dryad.
So what's the problem here? There's a shit ton of orcs cutting down the dryad's tree. She appears and says, "Oh, please help me! They're trying to stop." If I was a dryad with 3 charmed persons a day, I am the queen of orcs, right? Every goddamn one, because that charm based on intelligence, they're not that smart. They last at least a week to a month or something, right? Depending on their int, right?
I don't know. I think in this first edition, I think it's permanent.
Yeah, charm. I thought it was intelligence. Let me know. I gotta look.
I know second edition was. Now I gotta. We're doing a lot.
Yeah. So magic user spells first level. Nah, I'm already got the book. It's already there.
Of course, I'm on a roll. This is a charm mammal, though, right? Or is this charm?
No, this is just. It just doesn't say. So if you want, it could be charm person or mammal as a druid, but it just says. So I assume magic user, right? And so, but it's the same way, except less kinds of things. But even if it was magic user, you can still charm orcs. It says they're on the list of things.
Yeah, because they're humanoids, right?
Yeah, but it is as charm person or mammal for the druid spell. So of course you got to look back. Thanks, Gary. You fuck. You got to look back at the druid version of it to see what it does, right? And
you have to go back to charm. Yeah.
Yep. So that's is that a 2nd level spell? Probably or something.
Was it a druid?
Druid, yeah.
Or, 2nd level.
Charm, where is it? Charm person or mammal. It's intelligence based. So period between checks. If you're 10 to 12 intelligence, 3 weeks. 7 to 9 workish, 1 month. 4 to 6, 2 months. Right. If you are 15 to 16 intelligence, no work has that. You're talking a week. So all you got to do is charm a few every single day. And then you have an entire orc army at your disposal to guard your entire woods, right? So you got to go kill the orcs, and you get a gift from the bitch, and it's a potion to levitate. She tells you it's a thing that'll help you fly, but it's a levitate potion. No, it helps you levitate. Just say it right. What the hell?
False advertising.
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing.
What?
This is railroad big time. You get a potion levitation, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Persis, whatever, tells them they are on the correct path to the Golden Boughs, which is the druid place. All right. She warns them to be wary lest they fall victim to the cruel dangers on the east side, yo. We got to do the gang symbol, right? East side, yo. All right. The east side of the Wild River. She says it might be wiser to seek the lower crossing on the return journey, as the orcs have friends who might waylay them on the trip home. There's not one description of any friend of orcs that could waylay you. So zipping back to the top again, boys and girls, what she's talking about is you are here, right? You are there. And she says, okay, go up here, go to number 10, basically. You have to deal with shit 9, go to 10, and then come back. He says, but on your way back, you want to go down to 11, 13, 14, because there's bad shit. Meantime, if you just went through this thing, you've cleared the path. There's nothing there to take your ass out.
Well, this is what I'm talking about, Joe. Like, you know how I said, like, they were filling up stuff. Well, they have to make the adventure so many words.
Yeah.
So I think that's
30 pages. Right? Yeah, 32
pages or something. Yeah, 32 pages. So they got to fill it up. So it's like they probably came in short and said, "Hey, you know, we need 10,000 more words, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to." Oh shit! Return. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
It makes no other sense otherwise. I mean, it just give me filler, give me fluff, you know. And so let's zoom back down. Sorry, go back again. Boom, 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 boom. Little. Fuck. Sorry.
Damn.
A little far. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So we're here battling the orcs. All right. She gives you that. She tells you, watch out, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Bad shit ahead. Warg footprints are ahead. There's a rope bridge. More dex checks, boys and girls. And if you fall in the water, guess what happens to you? 1d4.
This is the thing I was thinking of. Not that chasm. I was thinking of this part.
This one. Yeah. So you fall in 1 to 4 to determine what's lost. Either a sword or main weapon of a character, or a dagger or secondary weapon, or a magical item, or exactly 200 gold pieces if you don't have any magic. Not 201. Doesn't matter what it's in. Even if it's in a sealed purse, 200 fall out instantly. Not 201, though. Not 201. Not 199. All right.
I knew that was going to bug you.
Yeah. Or half the person's treasure, but not gems and jewelry. Oh, including gems and jewelry, but not magic. So half of everything, magic, but not magic. Holy fuck. Yeah. Then you got some damage, too, just to fuck you up, you know? All right. So 1 to 2 hit points. All right. So then you cross the river. You see the warg footprints. All right. And then you come across the ruins.
Okay. Wait, I want to kind of just back that up. Okay, we see the warg on, like, after crossing the bridge, right?
Yeah.
How did the wargs cross the river to kill all those deer?
I don't have any idea. I have no idea.
Next checks crossing the 3 bridges.
They must have swam, is all I could think of, you know?
Unless there's some, like, you know, unless they could jump over, you know, I don't know how long. If you go by their scale, it's, you know, a 10,000 foot or whatever, something like that. Yeah, I because I was trying to, because I think it was Flint brought in that was what do you call it? That it was a foreshadowing of the wargs, but the problem is the wargs are on the other side of the
side. Yeah,
they're on the other side of the river. So how are they getting at them? So
they just ran. It could be wolves. So here we got the pullouts. Right. Remember the old pullouts in the middle of the adventure?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I do.
The Brigand camp, the quiet lake. You had a little layout there. The Wildwood Inn with the rats. But here's the ruins of Castle Carn. This is where we're at now, guys.
Yeah.
All right. So it's an old castle, old ruins. Not bad. I mean, this is like reclaimable.
I liked it over. It's got Carn over the doorway.
Yeah. Just in case you didn't know where you're at. Yep.
I could just see a little mailbox, right? You know, just
yep.
I don't know. I just found that funny when you see car. You know,
Got it.
But that was good.
Car.
I like the the isometric look of this.
I do like that. That is nice. Yeah. I'll give you that. That's the good thing about it. I did like that. Right. So take a look at it. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. All right. So there's a little scale. It has a scale, 10 foot. Yeah. So 10 foot. So it's not bad. It's not a bad map. It's the only good
north down to the right and south up to the left.
North, south. Yeah, that's kind of retarded too, isn't it? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why would you do that? Because the map that you're looking at is like,
it doesn't matter.
This. Right? So you just turn it around. Holy Christ. Holy shit. I didn't even notice that. Jesus Christ. Even more nonsense. All right. So here's the shit. All right. So the West Bank, blah, 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 wargs. So you rush out of as soon as you cross the bridge, you got wargs jump your ass. And of course, wargs have, fur balls filled with bracelets and diamond rings. Okay, good. Whatever. Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was, so they ate them and then they spit them out. I mean, they cats? Are they cats or are they wargs?
I don't know. Fur balls. I mean, why isn't a warg fur ball there?
I would say maybe like regurgitated like goblin bones. And,
it makes sense.
That.
Makes sense.
Because the way I figured a warg would like eat the whole thing and then spit up the bones later into a pile, and then like maybe some undigestible shit would come out with it.
Yeah, it makes sense. That totally makes sense, but not diamond rings. All right, so
right, the diamond ring. Yeah, that's what you take onto your adventuring party.
Of course, that's what you're going to take. You're definitely going to take diamond rings. Yeah. All right, so the ruins of the castle. Now, just as they don't tell you. This has pissed me off. They don't tell you what in the hell this thing is even all about until you look over here. All right. So deep into the description, the DM finally knows what the hell he's dealing with. Okay. Castle Karn lies in ruins. It once guarded the road against invaders and robbers. Fell to siege centuries ago, never rebuilt. Useless except for the main hall where goblins have made their headquarters. The goblins are not in the castle complex, but on an expedition to find and enlist wargs as their partners in mounts that will not return until after the party leaves. They left everything, all their treasure here, completely unguarded. They have not one single fucking goblin in a whole fucking place. But here's another thing I looked at. This I read 4 times. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. My note is, as the party travels along the old wilderness road, they will not find the entrance to the old north road. What are you talking about? That doesn't relate to anything. It's like somebody copied and pasted something in the wrong place and just left it there. Maybe they're trying to hit the word count. They copied a nonsense paragraph. Oh, that got us another 20 words. We're good. It doesn't relate to anything. It makes no sense, All right. So anyway, we're looking at the castle interior. All right. It's useless except for area B, Tim. Here, get ready to rip it out and whack it off. 5 rock grubs. There you go. 5 rock grubs. Jesus Christ. All right. So,
man, what are they? The stone shed stands in the inside of the castle's north wall. The roof has bark shingles and a wooden door hangs askew.
Yeah.
The shed was used for storage, but it now contains only dust and a pile of rubble. If the party digs through the rubble, they encounter rock grubs. Rock grubs wouldn't be in there.
They wouldn't. You know why?
Because there's no vegetation.
There's nothing to eat. Yeah.
And besides, and plus, if you think about it, if there's rock grubs in there, the goblins went in there to screw around. There'd be like little dead goblins in here with like a little rock gun, like chest bursters. They'd be in there going coming out and stuff like that. So.
Looking at it now, it says rock grubs are occasionally found in heaps of offal or dung, rarely found in ceilings, walls, or floors. They will viciously bury into any living flesh which touches them, for they greatly enjoy such fare to dine upon. That's it. Right. So there's nothing there. They wouldn't be hanging around there.
Now, at least use rock grubs, Joe. I use them correctly.
You did. They're evil, but you did.
I never claimed any different. Absolutely.
Yeah. So then you're moving through this empty place, taking all their shit. A few hundred gems, a few hundred worth of gems here, a few hundred gems worth of gems there. And then there's some wargs, empty, of course, right? And then Area E. Another what the fuck moment, boys and girls. Area E. Goblins keep prisoners in this shed. Inside are Eva and Fiona. All right.
I love the names they pick. Because all the names, it's like Stewie and
Jack, Bill,
Chloe, and
Here's the thing. They give Eva and Fiona. He took the time to give the prisoners names, right? But he did not. But he even gave them the time. Took the time to give them what they were doing and why they got caught picking berries near the Wild River late yesterday, and the goblins captured them. Where the fuck are they from? There's literally nothing around here for how many miles? Nothing.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know.
But they know about treasure. The girls have no treasure, but they know all about it. They heard them talking about it. Okay.
They heard them talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're moving through, you pick up the treasure, blah, blah, blah. You get all your shit. It's a useless thing except to load up on treasure. Right? Except there's some rats. There's some rats. Wait.
You know what I would do with maybe one of these girls?
What?
Make her a doppelganger.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to add that. Yeah. I love sneaking in my doppelgangers here and there. And they would be perfect place for it. Yeah.
It would. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be perfect. The only thing you fight here in the entire goddamn place are rock grubs and rats. All right. So 5 rats. All right. They attack anybody who enters, and they're giant rats. So they have a whopping 3 hit points. And so off of the giant rats, you're going to get 200 gold pieces, 500 silver, and 10,000 copper. So not 2,000 copper for rats, 10,000 copper for rats.
10,000, yeah.
In addition, a coffer has a pearl necklace for $750. All right. And the coffer is poisoned with the poison needle. And why are the rats guarding a coffer? What? I mean, there's just a room with no random shit that has the most treasure in the entire place, right?
I don't know.
And here's the
they said the rats are traps with no quick way out.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how rats can, because they can squeeze through just about anything. You know.
But no quick way out, but they can climb in and out through a hole in the roof. And guess what, Tim? The rats, they fight to the death. They fight to the death. Insane morale rats.
The rats are crazy. Those are crazy rats.
God. And the coins are too bulky to move. You might want to put them in a sack you find in a corner, but it's a sack of fuck you. It's a sack of transmuting, and anything you put in there is fine. But when you take it out, it's all junk.
That's funny, because didn't they have previous things where they had a lot of coins in it, but they didn't mention that they was too bulky to move. So the only reason why they said it's too bulky now is so you're forced to try to use. So they're even railroading use magic items to your disadvantage. That's funny.
Yep. Oh, so once you've looted and pillaged this entire fortress, right, you move on to the final thing on the stop of the railroad tracks.
Oh, wait, but did you see this?
What?
While the party stays in Castle Karn, nothing adverse happens to the contents of the bag. Once they leave the castle, the bag transmutes everything inside to worthless junk.
Oh, God. So, I didn't read that description in the DM guide about the fucking transmuting. Yeah. It's just a blatant fuck you.
Yeah. Jesus. And then how did it get in here then? I mean,
no clue.
The goblins just... Yeah, or must have been here, I don't know, before the goblins took over or something. The goblins are afraid of the rats.
Of course. I mean, Jesus, they're not scared to gather up wargs who could shoot them in one bite. But they're, God forbid, there's a fucking rat here. You want to fuck with a rat, right?
So, would you do anything to fix this area?
I'd have the goblins be there. I would have them there, period. And they would have a plan and a strategy. There'd be locations on their map as to where each one's
How many goblins are there? I can't remember.
There's only like 20 something. There's like 20.
I was going to say, and how come the orcs haven't beat the shit out of the goblins?
Oh, there's a bigger question coming up, Tim. There's a much bigger question coming up. Get this.
One?
Oh, yeah. Because now you're getting to the Forest Oracle of the Druids, right? The guy is a 12th level druid, all right? So anyway, here's the thing. You have, listen, look at this shit. In the middle of the glade is a huge oak tree, half a mile in diameter tree, right? Half a fucking mile. Half a mile.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. So it's like minus 10 feet.
So now look at them. So get this. I'll skip a little bit here. You have to give up your weapons, talk to the druid, yada yada. It's a big ceremonial nonsense bullshit, right? And once you get down there, they lower a rope. It's like 150 feet up, and then you go to a platform, right?
So he's got a killer treehouse.
Yeah. So it's an awesome treehouse. So it's an old woven rope ladder, 140 feet down, and then you get to then you get to a platform 7 feet in diameter, and then you go to a bridge. It's like you're in Elfland, right? And then you go to the next circular platform, number 1. So with that in mind, half a mile long, wide tree, 140 feet up to a platform, and then you go to the other thing, right? So let's scroll up to this. So
that's it there.
One small square, Tim, equals 2 feet. Where are the fucking squares on this map? Tell me that. Right?
Well, it's right there, Joe. It's right there. See the little diamond right there?
No.
Oh no. These the little tiny things, the black and white scales right there. So you got to measure it out, like the old road maps.
But it's not, because it doesn't have one small square was 2 feet, Tim. But it said A was 7 feet across. Right? None of it makes sense. Not one thing makes sense.
Well, we already know the scale and the distance. That's probably why you didn't add the scale on the one thing, because it was all jacked anyway. So
okay, get this. So you move up to A.
So funny.
Get up to 1 is the platform, and then you got to hike it across a rope bridge to 9, which is the big druid meeting area, right? Now I'm thinking, oh, cool. Wonder what druids have. I get that this is not, and this is it's a rope bridge to a platform, to a room, to a thing, right? So I'm thinking, wow, I got 1 and 9.
Necessary.
What's in 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8? They never tell you. There's a map, right? But if you scroll down, There's nothing here. There is nothing here.
Where are we at? I'm seeing castle inhabitants still, but I see the druid thing.
Yes. So
wait, I'm confused now.
Do you see my?
Now we're going back to castle.
Yeah. Back
I missed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now you got to talk to the druid. You finally get to him. He's a 12th level motherfucking badass, right? Right. He's a god, right? And he says, "Druid speaks. Here you've journeyed quite a way. Blah blah blah." And if he lies to them about the druid, the nymph or the dryad, he asks they blah blah blah. Until they retell the truth, right? So if you fuck the druid and the dryad over, the druid and the I don't know. It doesn't tell you how he knows he lied. That's the thing. It just says he knows it. That's all it says. He knows it if you lied. And
well, then you would know why he's there. How can I know?
Yeah.
More than I do.
So here's the hook. You get to the druid like, the mission is finally complete. Give me the thing. Come back, cast your spell, right? And the druid says, that's cool and all. I'll give you this shit to help. Here's the potion and whatnot, but you gotta do me a favor, man. There's 20 nasty goblins in the castle yonder. Could you take them out for me? A 12th level druid can walk in there.
Like 5th level.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like the fighters or
it's insane.
Is that what they are?
It's insane. So a 12th level druid, right? So let's see here. I'm gonna look up druids in the old the old PHB rather. 12th level druid can cast up to 7th level spells, right? That's the highest level spell the druid can cast.
Yeah. So you can basically just
anything.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just peruse druid spells of 6th, 7th level. Okay.
You have anywhere beyond call lightning and just
You got feeble mind. You got wall of thorns, weather summoning. You got conjure earth elemental. You think one earth elemental might be able to take them all out? Maybe. Firestorm. That might do the trick for 20 goblins. Right. Just throwing it out there as an idea. Wall of fire, rock to mud, right? On everything. I mean, Jesus Christ. Lightning storms. Yeah. But he says, do me a favor. I'm scared of these 20 goblins. Kick their asses and come back and I'll give you the shit. So then you go back.
Rob made an appearance.
Uh-oh.
He said, if you guys were truly brave, you would review Judges Guild under the Storm Giants Castle.
I have that one, Rob. I never heard of it.
That's one I don't think I do. I don't think I have that one. I don't remember it anyways.
So back to Castle Karn. So now you got to go back. Here's the druid. He's a cool looking dude, right?
So what does he do? Taunting you with the potion? It's like, you can have this, but
kill 20 things that I can't kill because I can only cast 7 level spells.
Maybe the druid's just a lazy fucker and he just doesn't want to get up out of his tree. He's like, I'm good, but
there is a bullshit excuse. He is unaware that you found it. Blah blah blah.
He's unaware if you found it. He's aware of everything else.
I know, but he tells you when you lie for no reason.
Right.
If you say no, the High Druid asks that you prove you are from the Downs by undertaking this task. The Druid does not send along any help. There are not enough members of the Golden Guard to protect the sanctuary and the surrounding area. You don't need anything to protect this sanctuary or surrounding area. No. Now, Tim, here is the most stupid thing I've read in this entire section. All right. Oh, wow. He blesses the members of the party and their swords, page 43. Page 43 of what book? All right. I had to find it.
I thought it was only a 32-page adventure.
Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem, right? So I had to find what page. I had to look in every book I had to find what page 43. So I looked in a player's handbook. Page 43 is the bless spell. So that makes sense. He blesses the members of the party and their swords on page 43. However, Tim, guess what? Druids can't cast bless. Only clerics can. 43 is under cleric. It's under cleric. Right? So he casts a spell that he can't cast to give you a blessing. Right? And so after you figured out where this spell that he can't even cast is, right? He gives it to you. All right, cool. All right.
I mean, is it just you, or do you have a feeling that what's his name, Carl, didn't play a lot of D&D?
I don't think he ever played. I think he knew how to edit text.
Right. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And the damn thing of it is the other people who wrote in this end series were legit folks. I mean, they weren't no name people.
Yeah.
They were quality people. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I animate trees, a fine spell, and call lightning. Yeah, 5K, K5K. Call lightning But the thing is, you can only call once every X amount of rounds and blah blah blah, and
one
you know
per
that
turn, but
one per turn. And you know that the goblins have blood morale, so they would never run. They would wait
yeah,
until
but the
every
thing
single
is,
one
all
of
you'd
them
have
got
to do
toasted.
is, I would think, if hit the side of the castle and have it just cave in on them.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy,
Yeah,
especially if
boom,
you.
cave in.
Wait do you see the brilliant strategy of the castle, though, Tim? This is fantastic, right?
For the goblins.
Yeah. Now we're back. All right. So we
I
got a
don't think I
tiny little
remember
bit.
this.
Oh yeah. So it takes a half day to get back there. Okay. Now there's guards on the walls. They're all back, right? The goblin and their leader. There's 20 goblins.
So you couldn't find them before, but now they're all
They're
back.
all
Do
there.
you have to recross the rope bridge?
No.
Or is that on the
You're
other
just
side?
this
No,
is
you're
just
still
one
on the
thing
other
back.
side.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Half a mile, you're back there. Half a day, you're back there. 20 goblins. All right. Inside the walls, it tells you where they're at. The wargs are in there. Okay. There's six guards. So including the goblin leader and the 6 guards are 21 goblins. The remaining 14 stay in the main hall. Now, in an attack, all guards respond on the first round. So there's 6. The goblin leader comes out in the 3rd. On the 5th round, 7 goblins come out. For the next 4 rounds, 1 goblin comes out. And on the 10th round, the last 3 come out. Right? And when the leader comes out, he yells something. And then the wargs come out. Right? From rounds 5 to 9, 1 warg comes each round. Right? And the wargs rarely attack a character that another warg attacks. Because, of course, wolves don't ever join to harass one thing and take it down. They don't do that at all, right?
They don't pack attack at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
But guess this: the wargs and the goblins fight until you're wiped out, or so again, more blood morale, right?
Right.
And then you cast a sleep spell and you fucking win the game. So that's it, right? So then you get all your shit.
This is adventures for 2nd through 4th level characters, so you're gonna have, if you possibly have a mage, he's gonna have like access to second level spells.
I know.
And multiple 1st level spells. And I mean, if you, I'd be packing at least 2 sleep spells.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely for this kind of shit. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
That's the win, right? So then you go back to the druid,
that's your bomb,
right?
Yeah.
The druid sends for a healer, and you get this: he administers liquid from a vial to each, a form of medicine to help heal their wounds, or if necessary, he will use cure light wounds, cure critical, and reincarnate. Right?
Wait. I'm reading this thing called the bugbear trap. What is this?
That's not. Yeah, that's next.
We're not there yet. Okay.
No. Yeah, we're back to where I'm highlighting here. So,
okay.
Yeah. So he administers liquid from a vial to help heal their wounds, but it doesn't tell what that even does. Like, if necessary, the healer uses cure light, cure critical, and reincarnate. But before that, he gives you a vial to heal your wounds.
Right.
What's in the vial? What does it do? How would you know if it's necessary to use more unless you knew what the vial actually did? Is it a cure light wounds potion? If it's a potion, why waste a potion when you got spells? None of it makes any sense.
Right, and there's nothing to stat or game mechanics for the potion.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Just help. And it doesn't say it heals his wounds. It says help.
Helps heal wounds. A medicine, a form of medicine. Yeah.
So it's not even magical. It's just probably some.
It's like it's Hugo's shit. It's Hugo's potion. That's what it is. That's all it is. So then, as soon as you're rested, the druid says, you're on your way. Kicks you out of the house. Gives you another bless spell that he can't cast because he's not a fucking cleric.
Wait. Then he says, if necessary, the healer will cure light wounds, cure critical wounds, and reincarnate.
Yeah.
And bring back. But he just gave you the thing that helps heal wounds.
But that's the point. How do you know if necessary? How do you know if it's necessary if you don't know what the fucking medicine in a vial does?
Right. Okay.
Right? Makes no sense. Yeah.
All right. So we're at that part. How would you fix the dealings with the druid then?
He would just give him the shit. He wouldn't have you go back and kill the goblins because he wouldn't need to. He would just give you the thing you need.
My big contestation of this is the druid is completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
It is new. It's like a cow's opinion. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. He just gives you the thing.
You don't need a 12th level druid.
No.
In a low level adventure. I mean, and he doesn't serve any purpose except to delay you with something that didn't need delayed because you could have, like you said, had the goblins there in the first place and dealt with them there. And then the druid is just completely unnecessary.
Correct.
Does he serve any purpose? That I don't know. I don't know of any purpose that he serves.
Me either. I honestly don't know either, dude. I don't know either. And here's the thing. Now it says here that the druid, if necessary, gives you the cure light, cure critical, and reincarnate to bring the party back to strength. Now, have you ever read the druid reincarnate spell? Yes. You might come back as a badger, a bear,
you might come back
a boar,
as various
an
things.
eagle, a fawn, a fox.
That spell.
Yeah,
that spell. It's great. Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. So you come back as an owl. Thanks, buddy. On a 45 to 58, you might be a human, right?
You're now an owl, a 5th level fighter owl.
Yeah, it might be an elf, a dryad, a centaur, a boar, a badger. Yeah, I hope it's a honey badger at least, for fuck's sake. You know, Jesus Christ.
So badgers don't care.
So then, because remember the nymph, the treehouse, exactly. So then, because remember the dryad before told you. Let me scroll up. Sorry,
you skipped too soon.
What?
When you get done with it, I want you to go back to number 23, and you're going to see another horrible thing that they did.
Okay. I just want to bring it back to the map real quick because you're at number 10.
I can't remember. We're at number 10 with. Yes. That's where the druid's at.
You're correct. Number 9 is where the goblins were. 8 is the dryad. Now the dryad is the one that said, "Hey guys, when you leave the druid's place, take this fork down here and go south." Because danger, Will Rogers, danger over here. Even though you just cleared out all the fucking danger, so
you just killed. Yeah,
nothing to do.
Well, no, they're going to call the orcs. No, the orcs were going to call backup and everything. Even though there's no way they'd have to go through the parties to call the backup. So,
but here's the thing: they don't give you.
Go down to 23.
All right,
I got to get it out of my system. It's bugging me.
What? Page 23.
Yeah, not page 23 and the reference, page. Go to the bottom.
Okay.
See that one fucking paragraph that's way down lower than the rest of them?
Yeah.
Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Oh my God. And then see how much space there is between the header and the box? Don't ever do that. See how much space there is between the boxes?
Now I got to look. Now I got to look at everything. Dude, it did the same thing on 22.
I know it's all different. It's all over jacked up. But look at how much space there is between. The stuff.
Look at that. Look at this space here. Look at that.
What I'm thinking that look. It's just the spacing. Look at the space between the bottom of the paragraph, above 7, and then 7, and then the bottom of the paragraph, and then 8. It's all jacked up.
This is the shit you did in college to stretch a term paper out to a longer length. This is all that is.
Right, exactly. It's like I got to make it 32 pages. I'm going to say, extra space,
Yeah.
But then they're so stupid they can't even do it because then they have the paragraph drop below the line anyway, so they don't gain anything by it.
Yep. Nothing, no purpose.
Oh yeah, that I had to get. I'm good now. I just
all right, you got that out.
I was twitching.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now here's the thing. Remember the dryad said, "Hey, go south, young man, because danger." Right? If you go back the same way you came, even though there's none. This module doesn't even say if the players ignore the dryad and go the other way. Here's what happens. It doesn't even tell you. It assumes the railroad is all encompassing, and you're going to take the railroad as directed.
Right? Yeah.
It just okay. So then they know what happens if you go there. You get number 9, the bugbear trap, which is number 11 on the map. Or 8, the bugbear trap. Or at least we're getting closer to matching the numbers.
Yeah, they are getting a little closer.
Yeah, they never actually quite join up, So you get bugbears jump you. All right. And that's a useless encounter. It just killed the bugbears and you get their shit. Right? And then another one, number 9, is number 12 on the map. Fucking giant frogs. Kill them and you get some shit. Right? And then you get to the big thing because this just kicked my ass. I don't understand this at all.
Wait, can I go back to the bugbear trap? Yeah. Because they mentioned a bugbear camp. Do they put a bugbear camp anywhere on there?
Let me see. On the maps you're talking about?
Yeah, because it says because it's saying there's other bugbears.
Yeah, it's just a location, Tim. It's like over here, 11A.
Trap. Oh, so they do put it in 11A.
Yeah, it's like there's their camp or whatever, right? So
the camp of the bugbears lies roughly 100 yards off. Well, not by their scale.
Not by that map, yeah.
No, that's like 45 miles from there.
Yeah.
Off the southeast. Okay, I didn't know because I didn't see it before, but now there's 11A. Okay.
So yeah, so 11, 11A, right? And then you get to number
Wait a
12.
minute, you got +1 suit of mail. Is that chain mail, plate mail?
Who knows? Scale mail?
No, scale mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Okay.
idea. No idea. Right. Silver tip non-magical spear. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see. Moving down here.
Giant frogs, you said.
Giant frogs. The only thing noticeable about the giant frogs is that apparently, if wounded, they retreat. They're the only creatures in the entire module that have a morale.
Yeah.
Apparently, everything else runs the fuck away. So if they're wounded, they retreat. All right, cool. Giant frogs retreat. Now we're getting to. Now, all right. Let me just bring it back. Close your eyes for a second. I'll bring it back to the top so you don't get fucking seizures.
Flint said, I'm gonna write an adventure and put boxes all over the page.
Yeah.
Not a line to crooked and send it to you. Oh, that's an evil man.
Hate mail. Call it hate mail. I like that, Flint. Yeah. All right. So, Tim, what makes more sense to you if you're coming back from 10? Oh, look on the map, right? So you left the druid place.
Wait. We're on 10. All right.
Right. And remember the bitch said, no, go south, young man. So going south means, guess what you have to do? Believe it or not, in this shittily drawn map, this is a fucking mountain range. So you could either walk.
It's the same color as everything else.
Yeah. You don't know it, but it's a fucking mountain range, right? It's all green. And so you could either go under a fully explored and fully looted and everything is dead in it tunnel system, or cross the fucking Pyrenees, right? So let's cross the Pyrenees, all right?
Instead of going under them.
Let's go over them. Why? Because they were there, of course.
Well, right? Okay. So the whole purpose of this was to find the
potion.
The potion.
The thing to he gives you 4 quarts of potion or something. Each of you have a quart.
Is that the potion that heals everything?
It heals. Yeah, you give it to the mage back in town, and
I thought the gypsies had it.
No. The gypsies are the ones that curse the lands. You got to find the druid.
I thought the gypsies are the ones who did it. Oh, okay.
Gypsies are coming. Don't worry. Gypsies are coming soon. All right. So now you cross the mountains, and guess what happens in the mountains? Fucking Yeti, of course. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say, you got a good piece of art. There's the bumble.
Yeah, you might as well use it. I imagine that this piece of art is what caused them to have this entire section C. So we're in section C. We're starting at number 1 again, and number 1 is now 13 on the map.
13. Now what we were catching up on, now we're
all lost again. We're all completely lost, right? All right. So Yeti attacks, all right? So here, or just skip down because 10 o'clock almost. All right, so the Yeti attacks, right? The Yeti will here's the thing that stood out. Okay, he's shadowing us. He attacks you and then he grabs somebody, right?
Okay.
He will do no more damage to his victim until he reaches his cave. Why not? Why not kill him? Why not snap his neck along the way so he can't escape? No, don't care. Okay. The victim will have a chance to escape on the way to the Yeti's cave if he rolls a dex check.
Another dex check.
No dex check, right?
Not a strength dex.
No, just it's dex. Yeah, the slippery.
Okay.
If the victim does not make a successful dexterity check, the Yeti throws him to the ground inside his cave and waits on a ledge before the door. He attacks the first pursuer to approach, fighting to the death. So the Yeti leads you back to his lair, right?
Well, in that case, I can see fighting to the death because it's his home.
His lair.
You're going to defend it.
Yep,
okay.
yep. He has a lot of shit in his lair too. Got some daggers. You got potion of healing. Now get this.
Again.
Get this.
But only 15 copper pieces.
Of course. Because you got to like 98,000 from the fucking 5 rats before. Right, you don't need them anymore. They've had the market on coppers all across the lands here, right? So then you got. Then look at this. So if one of your party members was taken by the Yeti and the rest of you guys says, let's fuck it. That's only Bill. I don't give a shit about Bill. Should the party decide not to pursue the Yeti, the victim, whoever the Yeti picked up, right? The victim must make a save versus death or die horribly. All right. A successful save indicates that he managed to escape, and in 2 hours he's back with the party. What?
What? So the Yeti didn't go after him.
He didn't kill him.
He took a nap.
Yeah.
Well, what is contained in this? Okay, and he's got a wand of frost, which you wouldn't need in the.
No,
that's the worst weapon to bring in the thing. But
some daggers +1, potion of healing, wand of frost discarded in the corner. Nonsense. And then one final fuck you as you're leaving is the peritons. There's I don't know, like griffins with deer heads or some shit, right?
No, they're part deer, the deer heads, and then they're the part bird or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're evil too. They're
they're
like
chaotic
fucking
evil, and
chaotic
they
evil.
have a decent intelligence too. They're like
Yeah,
average intelligence, right,
they're
Tim?
they're one of those monsters I always liked, but I never used.
Me
I've
either.
never
Yeah,
used it.
I
Yeah,
had to look it up and see what the hell it was, and then I
yeah,
remembered, right? So
yeah.
get
They're
this,
original. Yeah,
their intelligence is average, so that's really good. You'd think they'd be smart, but no.
right.
Each creature chooses a single victim and attacks them. The Paratons, who fight to the death, will not all
Nice.
attack.
He
Will
says
not
that
all.
a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wow, like little
Well,
fights to the death.
they will not all attack a single party member. So if you didn't get it up here, it says it again. Will not all attack a single party member. If the party member dies, the Paraton tears his heart out and flies away with it. Once 3 Paratons have been killed, the remaining one breaks off combat and flies away, making enraged sounds as it goes. So
Well, I thought they fought to the death.
I thought so too. Don't understand.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whatevs. All right. So, and again, with the deer fucking antlers, this guy, he must have been like
with the deer.
right?
He
More
must-
deer
he must
shit.
had some trauma from deer.
Yeah, I don't understand. He got ass raped by a deer when he was a kid or something on a hunting trip with his father. I don't know. There's some kind of deliverance thing happened to this guy, this author. Is all I could possibly figure, right? All right. So then you think you're done. All right. You're on the other side. You're out of the mountains. The fucking deer, didn't kill you, hopefully. And then you see Ronaldo. All right. Ronaldo shows up. Ronaldo's a gypsy. All right. Oh, we can't say it anymore, but he's a gypsy.
Well, they can't, and he's in gaily colored clothing too.
Yeah. Gaily. Yeah. So he's a gypsy.
I didn't know that's how you spelled gaily.
Where is it? How you spell it? How do you spell it? Gaily. Gaily. G-A-I. Yeah. Oh, all right. I would have thought the G-A-Y, but yeah. All right. So here's the thing.
He really leans into the stereotype.
Oh God, yeah. he just looked like fucking whole box text of high, right? And so he's a third. Get this is where it starts. This is my final rant I'm leading up to here. Okay. Ronaldo's the 3rd level fighter, okay? And while you're there, all right, he wants you to go meet his boss lady, right? The gypsy woman who cursed all the lands around, right? So he wants you to meet her. And so while you're there, he's likable, blah blah blah, and he basically 6 other guys come out, right? 6 other guys come out to talk to you, and they're all 3rd level guys. They're all 3rd level guys, right? Okay. And so here it says so. Although these men are the same, they do not directly threaten the party with their weapons. They have their same stats as Ronaldo. So now we have seven 3rd level fighters. Keep track, boys and girls. Somebody write it down. 7 3rd level fighters are here. Okay.
Okay.
And now he wants you to talk to him. If you say no, all right, you're trapped in a net, and you get brought to her. Another railroad. You're just fucked. All right. So
you basically get like Gilligan Island net.
Yes. Yes. The men with Ronaldo are here as protection and to ensure the party visits Madame.
So it gets the whole party.
That's it. Above the party, in a well hidden in the foliage, is a large net, which will drop if the party tries to resist. The party will then be taken. No dex check, nothing. No dex check on this one.
You don't get dex check.
No, you're just fucked. You're in the net, right? Yeah. So that's it. You're hooked in the net, right? And then they let you keep your weapons, which means you could have cut yourself out of the net, but whatever. Right. Okay. So now you're in the camp. All is good. The food that you could eat, drink, be merry.
So they let you out of the net then?
They let you out of the net. They bring it to the camp, and you meet the madam, right? The madam.
What if you just go away after you're in the camp and just walk out?
What if you just killed 7 guys?
Well, you got 7 3rd level guys, yeah.
Right. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's a very important point. All right. Okay. Now, Riva herself is a 4th level magic user. I don't remember any 2nd level magic user spells that allows you to curse 100 square miles of land. But whatever, we'll go with it that she can do that. Okay. All right. So 4th level magic user gets 2 charms and 2 sleeps and a ring of invisibility. Okay. So she talks, blah blah blah, yada yada, and then she says the hook because she has a mission for you. All right. This evil cunt. Oops, I can't say that. I get fucking damn it. This evil woman. Listen, I just got demonetized.
I was going to say you've been demonetized. Yeah. You've said so many so many things.
Dude, I've never been demonetized yet. Believe it or not, none of my videos have been demonetized.
That's because you're not paying attention to yet.
Yeah, exactly. Wanda Frost with the Yeti, you could have taken them all out. Yeah, you've accumulated so many goddamn magic items in this thing. You have a Wanda Fireball you picked up with one charge in it, remember? Yeah, you're fucking nuking them, right? Frost and fire. You're killing them.
True that,
right? So
but that's if you cut the eel open.
You have to cut the eel open. It's true.
You got to get. I mean, it's a little convoluted to get to the Wanda Fireball, but if you do,
you're a badass.
You're ready to rock the shit. Of course, I think you would use the Wanda Fireball maybe on the Yeti that was dragging your buddy away, or before you dragged your buddy away.
True, that is true.
Or if you didn't like your buddy, you fireballed him.
But you still got the frost though.
Well, then you take him back to the druid and have him become a pineapple or something like that.
Yeah. Well, here's what I don't. Here's that thing I hate in terms of module design. I've hated this ever since I started playing D&D. She's a 4th level magic user. It tells you what spell she has memorized. Right. It tells you her magic items. Where is her spell book? What is in her spell book? If I kill her, I want to know what's in her spell book, because that would matter. That would be very important. All right. So anyway,
she tells you the 4th level person. She's got what, like 6?
Get 6 to start. Spells. Yeah, you get 6 to start, right? And then 4th level guy, she gets 1 every level. She has, you have 1 every level, So actually,
dude, she wouldn't have 6.
How does she have?
That's what I'm saying.
How does she have 6 spells that she could cast as a 4th level thing? Does Charmer first and Sleeper first? How is she casting them? Did they invent a thing where you could upcast spells?
Not that I know of. I didn't think so. Gypsy subclass,
I don't know, because if you get a 4th level wizard, or magic usually gets 3 first and 2 second.
2/2, I think, wouldn't it? At 4th
3
level,
and 2. 3 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So how do you get 6 out of that? And how are you casting all first? Oh God, help me.
It's. I think it's one of those adventures where they've completely just blown up everything. Yeah. That's the least of your worries.
Yeah.
She's got 4 or 8, 1st level spells. Oh well.
Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. So so keep in mind now, she cursed an entire town, right? An entire land, a region of land, and they're all going to starve to death and die, right? She blighted the region. I mean, she doesn't have the alignment here, but I'm assuming she's evil, correct? Right?
I would assume she'd have to be.
Yeah. And how do you explain this, Tim? A level 4 character is 5 hit dice.
I just saw that. Yeah.
Makes no sense.
And she's a magic user.
Yeah.
And unless she has a high con,
21
hit
points. She
wouldn't have 20 hit points.
Yep. Makes no sense. None of it makes sense.
No.
So then she talks to you about what's up. Olat the ogre fucked them over, and basically she says, long story short, he fucked us. He took our Pegasus that we had captured in order to sell it to some wealthy noble. And the ogre...
Wait. Took his Pegasus? I don't remember that part.
Yep.
Took my pony.
But here's the thing. When we sent some men to regain our possessions, she doesn't mention what the hell the thing was until later. She mentions Pegasus. But and over here, in the DM's part, they're talking Pegasus. The first mention of Pegasus is in the DM knowledge section. I don't know what the Pegasus is all about until I read further. Then you learn over here about the Pegasus. Taking south. The ogre wanted 20,000 gold pieces for the Pegasus. They didn't have it. So she went to the town in that area and says, give me 20,000 gold pieces. And they said, fuck you. We don't have it. And she blighted the entire town. So that's why she's evil. Okay. So she says to you, do me a favor. Okay. I'm an evil person. I captured a very, very good natural creature, a lovely thing called the Pegasus, and I captured it and enslaved it. I'm going to sell it. Do me a favor, even though I'm evil, good people. Could you go and kill the ogre and take the Pegasus back for me? And I'll give you some stuff if you do that. Okay.
Wouldn't you just kill her because you already have the cure?
Well, here's the thing, dude. You're going to read something to you here. Now, remember what I said before, 7th, 3rd level guys, right? If the group does not want to do this, all right, each party member of that dinner that night has a member of the traveling people of the opposite sex sitting next to them. These traveling people are all magic users level 3, and they are casting Charm Person on you. So you have 7 3rd level fighters. If there's a group is 5 people or 6, you have 5 or 6 3rd level magic users, right? And then you have the wizard, who's either 4th or 5th level, depending how you read the stats. And later on, if you complete the mission, she casts a Cure Serious on you with her cleric, her pet cleric. Cure Serious is only available to a 7th level cleric. So you're telling me that 5 or 6 3rd level magic users, 1 4th or 5th one, 7 fighters of 3rd level, and a 7th level cleric can't take a 4+1 hit die Yeti?
Well, well, then I see there's a flesh golem involved somewhere.
Oh, now we're getting to that. All right, yeah. So assuming you take the mission, you go to the lair. All right, now this again, the scale on this is stupid. Let me show you the maps. God, I hate to do this to you again. All right, but keep this in mind. So this is the lair. All right, Olot's lair. Okay. The flesh golem here. All right.
One First square of all, equals 5 feet.
No, it don't, because none of this matches.
No, it don't. None. Of course it doesn't.
None of it matches
the entire time. Yeah.
None. It's like they say, go 30 feet here and 20 feet there, and none of it matches, right? So there's traps. So there's a flesh golem here. The flesh golem's unique ability is that he only attacks you if you're a gypsy. How he knows you're a gypsy, I don't know. Can't gypsies just change their clothing and look like not a gypsy, not so gaily dressed? Don't know. Don't understand it. But you can walk right by him as long as you're not a gypsy. It's a carryover from when the mage owned the land and had the thing under here once, right? So then, keep in mind, I'm going to show you this map here. These X's, X marks the spot of traps. X1, 2, and then 3. Because, of course, you're going to trap the corners of a room. You're not going to trap the middle where people walk. You're going to trap all the corners of the room for number 3, right? And then number 4 is right in the middle of the path. All right, that in mind, let me scroll down. All right.
Whoa.
Going back. All right. So now Olok's lair. Okay.
Which traps are which? Huh?
So yeah, that's the problem too, right? So you have to go in order. All right. So the first one is the golem. He just ignores you. Thank God, because he would wipe the whole party.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that's why the gypsies don't go after him.
But it says that the flesh golems only attack gypsies. That's not an ability. That's not an ability they have.
I know, but apparently in this one it is. So maybe that's what gives the convoluted reasoning that the gypsies need help.
Yeah, it justifies it some stupid ass way. We put a dragon there that only attacks
it's the first. It's rare to find any rationale that makes sense in this adventure anyway.
No,
so
it's a rationale, but it makes no sense, right?
Right, exactly.
So then
it's a rational irrationale.
So now keep in mind, this ogre had to carry a Pegasus into this place, walks right on through past the golem because whatever. But then the ogre has to encounter the gas trap. Okay, all right. The trap is activated by pressure. The pressure plate is a 10 by 20 area. The weight of 2 or more party members, I would imagine ogre then could activate the trap. And then for the next 2 turns, it's half normal. To avoid, save versus poison. Now, assuming that it's a gas trap, it's a 1-shot, right? So the ogre must have tricked it to know it's even there, right, at some point. So it wouldn't be there in existence anymore. He's not resetting a gas trap with poison, all right? So that trap wouldn't be there unless he knew in advance it was there, in which case he had to jump over it, a 10-foot trap with a Pegasus in his arms. All right. Number 2, the pitfall trap, all right? The pitfall trap, same problem, all right? The ogre would have to know it's there because the trap does not reclose. Right? So the ogre must have known it was there and had to jump over it, Pegasus in hand. Maybe he rode the fucking Pegasus over the fucking pit trap knowing it was there, even though you can't know it's there unless you actually triggered that fucking thing. And if you did trigger the thing, it would still be open. Right? It would still fucking be open because it doesn't close. Lastly, you got a water trap. These are the things in the 4 corners of the room. Oh, here we got a full retard here. So each trap is blah, blah, blah. Go down the middle, you don't hit it. If you do, make a dex make another dex check, or you fall into a pit 20 feet deep filled with water. The edges of it are slick, so you have to be pulled out. Okay, now here's a fuck you to armor. This is the final fuck you in the game to make it harder to fight the ogre. All right, they may be pulled out if they have removed their heavy armor plate. It takes 1 round to sever the leather thongs which bind the plate armor to the wearer. All right, so in other words, you have to cut your armor off and leave it in the water to be pulled up. What, no strength checks? AD&D. If I have an 1800 strength, I could pull up 3 guys wearing plate mail at once with 1 arm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and so they're trying to, after 4 rounds in the water, you swim and sink and die, presumably. Right? And then the last trap is a ball trap. Classic Indiana Jones fucking ball comes rolling down at you and kills you, right? Again, ogre must have tripped it. If he didn't, how did he push it back up there? Okay. Now you're finally in the cave, and Olot is there. Olot is an ogre, 4+1 hit dice. Okay.
Typical ogre, yeah.
No hit points given, 4+1 hit dice. So let's give him the max, Tim. Let's give him the max hit points, 25.
Okay.
Right? 25
well,
fucking
no, 33.
Hit points. Oh, 33?
Yep. DM.
Why? 8, 16. Yeah, I'm sorry, 33, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's waiting. He talks shit. 7.5 feet tall, never a big ogre, right? And then he chaotic, so they say he attacks random people. He's not smart. He's smart enough to ask for 20,000 gold and to get a Pegasus through 5 traps, but he's not smart enough to attack one person at a time.
Right.
All right. He talks all kinds of shit. When you kill him, you get Silverwing the Pegasus, right? He holds it captive. Get this. The Pegasus acts friendly to the party, but the Pegasus has been broken by gypsy riders and is saddle trained only if a gypsy saddle or bridle of the traveling peoples put on him. He can be led outside. Once outside, does not attempt to escape. This beautiful, intelligent, highly intelligent, chaotic good creature has been broken. That means he was tortured. You can break a horse with 3 intelligence. To break an intelligent being like that, you have to torture the living fuck out of it. More proof these gypsies are evil. Right. If the blighting land wasn't more proof enough. And so you're going to deliver a fairy creature, a chaotic good, beautiful, loving, intelligent, smart creature into slavery after he's already been mind brainwashed and broken, okay, to evil people. Okay, cool, fine. If you want to do that, that goes against everything you've said you were a good person in this group for why you on the mission, right? So, right. So then you get to his larder. All right. The larder is blocked by a big ass boulder. All right. It says earlier what is inside. Wait a minute. Let me go because this is very confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot of treasure in there.
There's a lot of treasure, but the problem is that the larder is blocked by a massive boulder. All right. Now, everybody knows that an ogre has 1800 strength. That's ogre strength, right? Gauntlets of ogre power, blah. It's good, right? So the larder is blocked by a boulder. Now, get this. If you look up above under Olot, all right, he loves human flesh. The larder, blah, blah, blah. The rock blocking the larder takes a strength of 30 to move. How the hell does the ogre get in there with 1800 strength if it takes 30 to move the rock? Tell me that one. Riddle me this, right? And so it even goes into the thing over here. If the combined strength of the party is insufficient to roll away the rock, Silverwing may be employed to help the fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
Dumb. All right. So then you're assuming you kill the thing, got the shit, go back to the gypsy camp. All right. Everything is there. Here's where the cleric casts serious wounds. And then you go back to the downs and you win. That's it. End of story. All right. So you just finished the thing by helping the evil bitch who cast the badness on the land in the first place that you were trying to stop. You helped her by enslaving a beautiful Pegasus and helped them complete their evil actions. Perfect.
So Clint's saying,
I got to take a leak. I'll be right back after all that. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you've been going at it. To undo the railroadiness of this adventure, would this adventure make more sense just to have a list of rumors and let the player characters go? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could really screw it up more. I mean, the first thing you'd have to do is like salvage the maps, get the scales right, draw some decent locales, and make them make sense and not have like the railroad stuff. And then would you see the DM and stitch the story together as they go? Yeah, I think the nice thing about, I mean, the one thing that's interesting about it is you got like, I guess what it would be like 5 different factions in this thing. You've got the village that wants to help. You got the goblins. You've got the orcs. You've got the druid, and you've got the gypsies. I don't know if I'm forgetting. So you got those 5 there. So you have those 5 factions, so you could probably work it out in a way that it would make sense, so they'd have this weird interaction with one another. And then I guess you could even call Olot his own little faction because he seems to be a big part of it. So they're over in the comments, Joe. I'm just kind of talking about that, and I'm just talking about like how they're Tim, I think it is telling that I was never able to salvage the module for my Wilder. I tried twice and it wasn't worth it. Oh, that must be the other one. And adding, yeah, definitely got to fix the freaking maps.
Yeah, the
And,
maps suck.
yeah, and you have to know the rules of the game that you're going to write an adventure about, because it's obvious that Carl did not know
Ever play D&D.
I mean, yeah, or he played just enough to be dangerous, but he didn't check the rule book. And I don't think he ever. The weird thing is you think if he was editing adventure modules, he would know how to do the basic structure of even just I have to put the stat blocks, I have to do this, I have to, venture, make it make sense. I don't know how you edit. I mean, I don't know how much he edited for him, but I thought that was part of what he did from what I read. But
he must have just like wrote it, had somebody fill in bullshit, and I'm sure he didn't do the layout, right? Somebody else did layout, right? So he probably just wrote the text on a fucking typewriter, 1984, handed it in. Somebody filled in stat blocks because he didn't play D&D. If he did, he would understand that you can't do some of this shit, right? So he had somebody else put in stat blocks. Maybe he had an enemy there who wanted to make him look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can think of. Somebody sabotaged this shit intentionally. You know.
But here's okay. You didn't finish the final fuck you.
Oh, what's that?
The Downs. Delon the Mage is very happy. He says, "We can't thank you enough for what you have done. The land may once again thrive." Here's 100 gold pieces.
Yeah. The end.
yeah. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh man, assholes, just keep the freaking money. I made bank by, stealing goblin shit when they weren't even there. I got more copper pieces, worth that stuff. Yeah. Although they might have all been transmuted, and you could, so it's all bad now or something.
Here's what I would do if I had to start over. Like, now that we have all the details of this thing, right?
Right.
Let's start the overall. What is the story going on here? An evil witch, gypsy, hag, something cursed the land, right? I wouldn't be a witch; it'd be a hag, I think, something like that, right? And a hag would have killed the druid wherever the druid was, and so you're going to go out and try because they hate druids. The hags are a blight on the land, and so druids have to go fight them. So maybe the hag hunted down the druid, right? And so you fight your way. Assuming I'm not talking big picture. The hag cursed the lands in order to get blackmail or whatever, right? Give me money or else I'll curse you. They curse us, so we don't have the money. She cursed us. Now we're all going to die of starvation. Please go kill the hag and uncurse the land. So we got to wait to uncurse it. The hag killed the druid, all right, because they're enemies. And the hag found some kind of a magic that the druid had, which could blight land, right? Something, or unblight. It was like a reversible thing, right? Blight, unblight, right? Hag used that druid magic to blight the land. So the final boss fight is not a 4+1 hit die ogre to save a Pegasus. The final boss fight is the enemy, the witch, the hag, the gypsy, whatever it is.
Yeah, but
that's
remember,
the enemy.
It's a 2nd to 4th level adventure. So a hag is like that's
Hagette, lesser hag, make up something. You know what I mean? Something like that. The gypsy, it could even be a wizard. It could be a wizard gypsy, but a proper level who killed the 4th level, not 12th level druid, right? And so the hag has set up operations on the other side of the mountains. So you have to go to the other side of the mountains to kill the hag. The hag has, enforcers. The hag has allies. Some are orcs, some are goblins with wargs, right? And so, and the hag is trying to kill anything good, like dryads, nymphs, pixies, all that kind of shit, right? They're trying to kill all the stuff that the druid's friends, right? And so, while you're trying to get through to the hag, let's say hag, gypsy, witch, whatever it is, you're trying to get through there, you come across her minions, right? Depending on which route you took, if you went under the tunnel, you're going to get the orcs. If you went over the mountain, you're going to get the goblins. If you have to have 3 different approaches, right? And if you went some other way, you have something else, right? So you have to have 3 routes. Give them options. And
so would you like, because the way this one's built up, it's it's built a bit like a hex crawl, railroady hex crawl.
Oh yeah.
But would you do it like a hex crawl then, Joe? Like the base of it, the foundation of it would be a hex crawl?
Yeah, because you wouldn't know where the hag is. She's not going to advertise, here I am, right?
Right.
She's not going to set up a shop somewhere,
right?
And so you would have different places along the way that you'd have to figure out where is the person that blighted the land. All they
Right.
have is a brief description. An old crone in a hood, in a black robes or something. She blighted the land because she felt insulted by somebody, whatever it is. So you got to go take her out, unblight the land. Meantime, you find out that she killed the druid, got the thing from him to unblight the land, and she cursed the place, right?
Right.
You need to find out a way to get whatever she did undone and find her to make it happen. So she could have orcs, she could have goblins, she could have any wide assortment of things. Throw in some hobgoblins or throw in some whatever the hell you want, and so you could use these pieces. You have to redraw the map, put it in different places,
Right.
and make it a true hex crawl. And I like the idea of you have to go through the mountains somehow, around, under, over, whatever it is, right? That could be it. Over, under, and around. You have to go way to the south to go around the mountain range, in which case you would fight the goblins. Over the mountains, you fight the hobgoblins. Under it, you fight the orcs. Somehow or another, you're going to fight one of them, right?
Right.
Depending on which thing you fight, you get different loot, treasure, whatever the hell, right? And then once you get over there, you will be able to, figure out based on when you fight them, maybe take one prisoner, take a captive. You would be able to, get information on where's this hag. Okay. Now you move along and then you come across a couple of other, you have a sandbox like Rob Connolly's, sandbox thing, right? Write a sandbox adventure, right? Which, by the way, Grognardia reviewed everybody. Grognardia reviewed Rob's sandbox, and
there it is.
There it is. Yep. And other than some minor quibbles with the editing,
quibbles.
Fuck you, he quibbles.
I loved that it was the minor quibbles with the editing. Oh, that was just so great.
Yeah. Because he knew. Because I have he probably hates my guts.
A great relationship.
Yeah, with Grognardia. Yeah. I drove him away from the OSR for years. So anyway, that I'm sure he saw who quibbled. 2,000 quibbles. Yeah, Rob, that was perfect. Yeah, so 2,000 quibbles for the 2,000 copper pieces. So anyway, it's out there. Use Rob's principles in there. So you have three ways: over, under, or around the mountains. Each one has a different type of encounter. Before you get to the mountains, you will have signs and indications, maybe that the witch went that way. Right? You'd have some thing that she did that you have to undo. Maybe the dryad or the pixie are on this side, or the nymph are on this side, and you have to undo what she did along her way. You cross the mountains, you get to where you fight one of the three humanoid groups, get some clues. Now you're on the other side of the mountains. You vanquish one of the humanoid groups. Now you have to do a true sandbox hex crawl to find clues to where she's at. And along the way, you might be able to undo some of the evil she's done. And then you'll find some more clues to find her. And then you get there and you have a big fucking boss fight. That would be how I would do it. You could still take the goblins. You could still take the hobgoblins. You would just take the goblins are in a fort. The orcs are in the tunnels underneath there, an old dwarven mine. And then the hobgoblins or whatever else you want to throw in there, kobolds maybe, you'd make something up for them, right? Maybe they worship a giant lizard, a massive giant lizard. And there's something like, or a small dragon or something, right? And so you got a small dragon thing you got to kill. Oh, you killed your first dragon at second level. Yeah, but he's a baby. Who cares? You killed a fucking dragon, right? And then you'd have to talk afterwards. Which route did you go? Did you do the orcs? No, I did the kobolds. You know what I mean? Something like that. So depending on who played it, you got different ways to cross, right? And then you get out there, you had your big boss fights with that bitch, though. Whoever did the cursing, whatever she is, whatever it is, that's how I would do it. And you can use pretty much all these elements. As somebody said, the ogre is a hero. He could be he rescued the Pegasus, right? That could be it too.
There you go.
Yeah. There's a lot of pieces in here, but what's missing mostly, other than knowing how the D&D works, other than that, right? What's missing mostly is an overall story of the camp of the adventure. There is no story that makes sense. Yeah. There's just a bunch of set piece encounters.
Well, the story's vacant, but even each encounter has vacant of any
logic, reason.
And then a lot of the encounters are meaningless or just it's a fantasy game, but it's like you still got to have some hints to it.
Maybe the witch cursed the guy and put him to sleep, and that was why the dry and put a sleep on the whole lake. Maybe she did that, and then the dryad is like, "Please help me," right? And
I would do it the other way. I would have the dryad actually dying because the land's cursed because she's part of the land, and the guy's awake trying to save her.
Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah.
And that's part of it too. I don't know.
Yep.
But, all right, let's give this away, Joe. All right, guys.
All right.
Those who are here, we forgot about it, didn't you? So, Adventures Great and Glorious giveaway.
Oh boy! Now I gotta write down names of who the hell's here. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna scroll back. You describe that, Tim. Describe what it is, and I'm gonna write down names.
All right, let me read you this. So this is from Joseph Block of his, what was it, Adventures, what was it, Dark and Deep? Is that what that one is?
Yes. Which I just backed his Kickstarter.
Oh, that's right. He's doing a second edition of it, isn't he? Okay.
Yep.
Well, this will give you a sample. So the continuation of possibilities set forth in Adventures Dark and Deep and other fantasy role-playing games, Adventures Great and Glorious, lets you take your game to the next level, letting your players become lords of their own territories, courtiers at the royal courts, scions of their own families, and even creators of their own demo planes of existence. So you can get some wicked ass shit here. Yeah. Fully compatible with old school things. So this is the bullet points: clearing territory and attracting followers and settlers into the wilderness, becoming functionaries and courtiers. I think that's how you said. I can't. And sharing in the intrigues of the royal court, governing territories, collecting taxes, creating mines, and dealing with unexpected events of rulership, and lots of paperwork. The long game, when a campaign turns events and growing families, mass combat, and new secondary skills, treasure, magic items, and spells, which he does have a few in here. And there's a lot of different spells because he has different classes like the Mont Blanc, Mystic, and the new Druid and Cleric, Jester, Bard spells. So, yeah, quite a few of each.
All right.
Did you have them down?
I have them down. I have 9 names who've commented. Hey, guys, last chance, comment. That's how you get into the raffle. Say something.
Yeah. Say something if you're watching. Bueller. There's 9 of you left.
Yep, there's 9 of you here. 9 of you here.
I don't know.
Say a word. All right. So we have 9 names. Number 1, Mark Genre Mixer. Number 2, Mike Halloran. Number 3, Flint. Number 4 is K5K. Number 5 is Terry R. Number 6 is St. Cuthbert. Number 7 is my brother. Number 8 is Thaitis.
Oh, I didn't even see Mike in there.
He made a quick comment. He says that I DM'd that thing for him and it made no fucking sense, basically.
Oh, well.
Yep. Number 8 is Thaitis and number 9 is Rob. So Tim, you got a big old D10 you could roll there on camera and see who gets what, or D20, whatever you want to roll.
Yeah, I got my big ass D20 here, so I'll roll it on the book.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's see.
So number 8.
8 is Thaitis.
All right.
Thaitis, you won. All right, now how are you going to get it?
I don't know. I'll just have to
email him.
Yeah, if I have his email. I don't know if I have his email or not. If it's on there.
Well, we have him in Facebook. We've been texting to Facebook about that monster.
Oh, that's right. He's the one who did the monster stuff.
He is.
That's
Yeah.
Good
job, Thaitis. All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like and subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, like and subscribe for the 6 people that are left. Oh,
yes.
It's 9.
Yeah.
9 people left. Yeah, make sure you give Joe a thumbs up and
Wait, I lost a subscriber during the course of this broadcast. Look at
that. Excellent. Then we're doing something right.
Oh, God.
They're doing something right then.
That's funny, man. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
All right. God, that was a long one. 2.5 hours, mostly me ranting.
You talked a lot.
Yeah, Christ.
So did I, though. We did.
We did a good job.
Well, because there's a lot of fixing in that, that adventure module.
As you go,
yeah. It's unfortunate that TSR just didn't do their due diligence and kind of caught it before it got released. Because I don't know how anybody would look at that and say to the publisher, go to print.
You know what I think happened? I mean, they're just thinking about stupid corporate culture, especially in Midwest
Yes.
America, in the middle of nowhere, the new corporation that had no real corporate culture. You hire some people. Now, he was part of 200 people that got laid off, right? So they were
Right.
bloated. They had total
Right.
bloat. Now, it looks like this guy didn't know D&D at all. He was an editor. He might
No.
have played a few games as just to understand it, but he was just hired as an editor, right?
Right.
And he probably, as most editors want, they're jealous and they want to be creatives, right? Instead of an editor. Right? It's like the old joke about lawyers. Behind every lawyer is a real failed writer, novelist,
If
or
you
something.
did
Right?
their job, you wouldn't have a video topic.
That's true. That's true.
Not
That's
tonight.
point,
No.
yeah.
Jonah had just been sitting here making
Yep.
fun of Rob and
for Matt. Well, Matt's always there.
Oh yeah, we haven't taken a shot at Matt.
Yeah.
You didn't get one
Yeah.
shot at Matt today.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know what? We'll know if you watched it because it'll be the last thing we do.
Yeah, that's true. You know, if you think about it, though,
Thanks,
those maps were better than Matt's. If you think about it, you know. So there's one thing. But what I think really happened here is that this guy who's an editor wanted his name on a fucking publication, and he's like, "Please just let me put something out." And they said, "All right, motherfucker, just here. It's do the end series as a novice thing. You've done enough editing for us.
I know.
Put your name on this." Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but anyway.
Thanks everybody for joining in.
Hey, we got 2 new people.
Thanks. Yeah, we got Mark. Great.
And so we're going to start doing it.
We're getting a surge again.
Yeah, of course. What we're going to do, though, guys, is
we're going to go.
we leave on a high note.
Now we can go. We lost.
Well, what we're going to do, though, guys, we're going to start like a periodic series about modules and how to write them, adventures and things like that.
Yeah,
various aspects.
One of our staple things.
Yeah, like layout, design. Verisimilitude. We'll pick a topic du jour and we'll just dive into it. And we use modules as examples, good and bad.
Yeah, definitely good and bad, controversial ones.
Yeah.
Debates on why they're good. Because I mean, there's good things and bad things, of course, about each one. But I even from the Forest Oracle, I mean, sometimes you learn more from the bad modules than you do the good ones.
Oh yeah. Learn from mistakes, basically. Not yours. Yeah, the K5K. That's what I want too. I for the first time in my life, after 40 years of playing D&D, I never really thought about putting anything out there. Except now that we're doing this with Tim, with the thing we all designed here live with you guys, I'm like, wow, this is going to go out. And I've actually, for the first time in my life, given thought to what makes a good adventure. Is it layout, the content, the structure, all this kind of stuff, editing Tim's stuff, editing Rob's stuff. It starts the wheels turning in my head that, I might want to do something like this someday. And I'm writing and this and that. And I want to learn how to do it. I want to do it right. I want to glean knowledge and wisdom from people who've done it before, good and bad, and figure out how to do it. So you're learning it as I'm learning it,
Oh, what did Mark say? You guys better look out. Matt is coming back.
Matt Jackson? He put out a video? Wait, Matt has a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel.
Damn.
I don't know. But the thing is, I don't think there's anybody in there with him. I think he's just by himself.
Yeah, it's masturbatory D&D. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Rolling dice is just a euphemism for something else.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right.
Hey, we're up to 10 again.
Get out of here, Joe.
Yeah, leave on a high note. We're up to 10, double digits. Let's leave while we got 10. All right, guys. Thanks very much. See you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.